Listen. Welcome to Monday Night Tour Ramblings, where I will ramble on for like 3 hours. Matter of fact, I have to go to midnight because, well, there's a Haslab that's ending. And even though it's something that most people aren't that too enthused about, or at least they say they aren't, it has broken the goal. It's over 8,000, so it is going to be funded. Will it break through any of the tiers? And it has kind of smashed right past 8,000. I think it's sitting at 8,500, or actually over 8,500. So people that wanted the gunship, they're going to get it. Other people that wanted it to fail, again, I don't understand why you're rooting for anything to fail. If you don't want it, just don't back it. It's that simple. Do I agree with it? Not really, but I think a Shuttle Tidarium still would have been the right play. That's something that would have got people that maybe aren't even huge Star Wars collectors interested in possibly getting it. But anyway, I have a show today. I can't say I have a big show because we're going to be trying to figure out what a Skibidi is. I don't even know what I'm saying right. A Skibidi toilet. Again, you're talking about slow news, and you're like, hey, what can I do for a topic? Well, you know what? I'm tired of seeing these stupid Skibidis or whatever the hell they are. So we're going to try and figure out what the hell they are, because every time we walk into Target, Walmart, hell, they're probably at Walgreens and Arbor Drugs. Arbor Drugs, are they real? CVS, that's what they are now. Anywhere. How the Dollar General probably has them. Does the Dollar General have them? Shane, let me know. So we're gonna be talking about that. I don't know how, and you know how these topics go. They could be a 45-minute topic. They could be a 2-minute topic, and realize like, hey, this is really the stupidest thing that we've stupidest topic I've ever tried doing. So anyway, we will get into that. I want to give a big shout out and a big thanks to Same Time Toys, Shane, and Woody. They wanted to do a pregame, a pregame show, an early show, I don't know, leading into this, and thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. There's already enough competition if they wanted to go at 9 against me. So I'm glad I don't have to worry about the competition with them, because those guys are just shooting straight up, and it won't be long before they are busting the 100 and the 200 and the 300 watcher marks, because they really have something really fun and special going. So if you haven't subscribed to Same Time Toys, head on over there. Easy, Same Time Toys. Remember that, people, when you're making a YouTube channel, make it so it's easy for people to find your show. Easy words. Don't throw in cute little numbers and graphics, or not graphics, little, ampersand, stuff like that. You want to make it really easy. Hell, a punk with toys, any idiot can. Oh, wait a minute. I should insult you guys. Anyway, I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. Again, thank you for giving me some of your time on Monday. I know everyone, when you're kicking off your Monday, it's one of those things where you're just like, man, I made it through this day. What should I do to finish up my Monday? And if it's to spend time with me, then thank you. But I also don't know why you hate yourself so much, but I appreciate it. So anyway, this weekend, I had a 3-day weekend. I took the Friday off because I had my yearly physical. So at this point, I'm just gonna say it. Full clean bill of health. Once again, a matter of fact, the blood pressure has gone down. All those other pre-diabetic things have gone down since last year. So for some of you are saying, fuck yeah, dude, you're going to be around for a while. And for some of you are saying, fuck yeah, you're going to be around for a while. It can go either way. And hey, you know what? I don't care if you're here. Make sure you just hit that like button. That's all that I'm asking. And then I had to do some recording for the TV terminal because normally, which Dexter ended, we would have recorded early, but for some odd reason, they didn't want to send us the screeners. So we didn't get Dexter done. And we had to do that on Friday after it already dropped. And then we recorded the 5th episode. I can't believe it's already the 5th episode of Dark Wolf, the terminal list. If you're not watching, it's a really good show. And if you missed the terminal list, you don't have to watch this. It's technically like a prequel. So make sure you head on over there if you're not yet. Subscribe. We're on our way up to 1,000 subscribers. Still at like 2,500 views, I think. So we're on our way up to that wonderful monetization status. And then, you know how it goes from there. So, and then on Saturday, I cleaned up the basement. I know I have vehicles coming. And when I get back, and I got to get back to doing the classic stuff, I've realized like I have too much stuff up here when I'm doing reviews. So I went out and I bought a new table so I can record downstairs. At least the bigger vehicles. I'm not sure about the figures and everything where I don't need as much space. So I needed to clean up down there. And while I was down there, I was listening to Same Time Toys. They were on Smoking Joe's, and I didn't realize they sent me a link. So I jumped on there with them. So it was Elite Legend. Did I say that right? Elite Legend? No, Legend series. But I don't know. I always get those two mixed up. I shouldn't because they're not even close to being the same person. Legend series. Tony's Figs was on also, and obviously Woody and Shane. So I jumped on with them, had a blast. Like I said, you guys are doing a great show. So, but yeah, that was pretty much my weekend. Real nice weekend. I gotta say, man, this, at least here in Michigan, 60s, 70s, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely loving this weather right now. I went downtown Mount Clemens by myself for like 2 hours, walked around, just taking pictures, just enjoying the silence to myself. Anyway, let's say hi to the chat. There's 52 people here watching. If you haven't hit that like button yet, please do. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you're thinking and why you here if you're not subscribed, but all right. Actually, let's see here. All right. So let's quickly get into it. We have Menhoza jumping in here saying, what's up, all? We got MTC. Beardy McBearderson asking, is there no poll? Hey, everyone. I literally just put up a poll just because you asked. These are these things that when you start making content, you start realizing some people like stuff and you kind of have to constantly do it because they've come to expect it. So I guess I'll have to try and do a poll every single episode. We have Gun Buddy Customs here. We got Cal Shea. We got Triple D's at Dungeon. We have Sabir Del Norte. I think I got it right. Sinister 6 of the 616. If you slow down, it's way easier. Zakanan jumping in here. I know Zakanan's normally not here, at least early on. So great to have you here. Whew. Let's see here. All the same names. We have U.S. Combat Dojo, Ronnie Trickshot, Jake Anderson. We have Izzy Trevi. Did I say Gun Buddy Customs? I can say it again. And Johnny Reno. We have Krusty Old Crow. Cooter's Garage, which is still one of the best names. One of the best names that I've ever seen. David R. here. We have the Toy Elite Network, Viper Scout. We have Plastic Fantastic, Todd C. And then we have Action Figs, who may be the same person as the Toy Elite Network. I'm not sure. Plastic Skulls, Swiftwire 788. There's Woody 222, the Figure Addict. And you know what he always gets, no matter what, is he gets the... because he just loves the wet fart. And the fact that his wife doesn't like it and he'll be sitting next to her saying, hey, do this, do this, do this. I think it's hilarious. Joe ARH is here. Same time toys. We have 610. Yo Joe Daddy is in the house. Nolan, which makes this Toy Tube official. We have Hi, It's Me. We have Christoph Scuba. Kenzo's Creations. Woo! There's a lot of people here. Mike Gold has now jumped in. We have Paul Morales. Look, there I am promoting another channel that I do because I don't do enough YouTube. Alex Martinez saying, hello, Mr. Punk, watching you from San Diego. My oldest is living in the San Diego area. I'm sorry, the San Diego area. Yeah, I lost it. I lost my train of thought, which is nothing new. Cobra Commander jumping in. And let's see here. I think that's about it. Oh, there's Jay Astro. I know he was over at at Smoking Joe's before. You guys aren't calling it Smoking Joe's right now. Just Same Time Toys right now. I don't know if you have a name for the show you did today. We have No Jin is joining us. Woo! A lot of different people, 62 people watching right now. And then we have Matthew Matson. Says, will Matthew ever get the snake armor? Answer, no. Hey, at least they didn't cancel yours when you canceled something else. But you know what? I'll give it to you anyway. Yeah, I'm with you. Steve Martin, I messaged you on Instagram, so I don't know if you've responded. Please respond. I won't be able to check it right now, but I'll check it later on when the show is over. Sean Jones is here. Whew. And then we have Peter Moline jumping in here. Man, that seems like a new name. I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. And then Rowdy Riles is here. Whew. Anyone else? Steve Martin says, a poll every episode. What kind of show is this turning into? People will vote in the poll so that I can see how many people were like here. They'll vote in the poll, but they won't hit the like button. It is the craziest, stupidest thing I've ever seen. Toy Matrix. Woo, look at this. Skid Mark. Did someone say wet fart? Well, you're the perfect person for it. Woo. And look, Tony's Figs has joined us. All right. That was everyone. 75 people watching right now. Thank you so much. All right. I didn't do any videos. I'm not gonna say I'm burnt out. It's nice weather. I have other things to do. That was the whole purpose of trying to get as many of these classic reviews done ahead of time. But then you get so many and you then they run their course and you're like, I got to record more. So don't worry. There still is a whole list. I will get back to that time schedule. So I will be dumping a whole bunch as I start getting a whole bunch kind of done. So we'll be skipping a whole bunch so I can get back to that calendar that I had, because I'm kind of anal about that calendar and it's kind of annoying the hell out of me that I've kind of broken away from it. M. Hatfield jumping in here, and then Soul Brother number 1, not number 2, nor number 3. And then like a 3-star draw. That's not 3-star draw. That was poor Morales. 3-star draw jumping in here. Oh, look, Cobra Commander. I'm just here drinking Haterade. So, I thought, what would be cool? And I don't know if I'm going to do this, and I wouldn't have anyone on, but we know there's a lot of people that don't like me. It's not a shock. But for the Punkathon, God, I fucking hate that name so much. Thanks a lot, assholes. Blame every single one of you for naming it that. I'm like, we should have a Haterade hour where everyone kind of reaches out to the people they know don't like me and just see if they can send super chats to try and raise raise money for Toys for Tots, right? I think it would actually be kind of fun. I'll see if I can figure out a way to kind of fit that in there during the Haterade hour. I'm not gonna have anyone on there. Because, well, let's be honest, if I don't like you, I don't really want you on my show. It's just like I wouldn't expect someone to have me on, but donating to a good charity, is always donating to a good charity. It doesn't really matter, who's doing it. So anyway, but I want to talk about that because I have it right here. So I sat down this weekend when I probably should have been doing other things. Like creating my Thursday with a friend, who this week will be Derek Hoover. Derek, if you are watching, I have not forgotten. I just have not created the thumbnail or the link for it. Don't worry, there will be a Thursday with a friend this Thursday. And I want to say thank you to Art by Ackerman, Curtis Ackerman, who joined me last week. Great episode. Please go check it out. I will say in October, I am not going to be doing any Thursday with the friends. I didn't do one last year before the Punkathon, Streamathon, whatever we want to call it. I'm also going to be in Ohio. I'm going to be in Ohio for training one of the Thursdays also. So I just kind of looked at it and I was like, you know what? I already got a lot going on, but it can kind of be a little break for me also. That 36-hour stream is it takes a lot out of me. So I said, you know what? Rather than trying to do 2 pre-recorded ones, because I got to figure out what I'm going to do about November, because I don't do a live one on Thanksgiving, because who the hell wants to show up for Thanksgiving and do a show with this Yahoo? And I don't even know if I'll be around, on Thanksgiving. So I'm just going to take next month off of doing Thursday with a friend. It will come back. It is not on hiatus. It is just, hey, I got a lot of shit going on. So don't worry, it will return. But I got a full slate. I still got 3 more to get to before we get there. But I did sit down and I started going over the Punkathon. All right. Again, I fucking hate that name. I hate it, but you guys voted on it, and I'm a man of the people. I'm so not, but I am. I will. Man. So anyway, as we all know, October 24th and 25th, 36-hour streaming. It actually goes longer than 36 hours. But the way that I do it, I don't just come on here and sit up here for 36 hours and just kind of have people rotated in. What I really wanted to do, going back to last year, and this is if you're new, and if you're not new, just sit and listen anyway. I make myself laugh. I make fun of fucking Baldy for him cracking at his own jokes. And I do the same fucking thing. Anyway, I wanted to have shows put on of friends of mine, people that have supported me, and I'm doing the same thing, but I also want to create different things. So it kicks off at noon on that Friday, and I know it's very difficult because a lot of people are working. I know I had asked MJ Mikey from MJK Customs about coming on early on, and he's busy because he works, and I fully appreciate it. Hopefully he'll be able to come on a little bit later at times. But anyway, between 12 and 1, I'll be going over the rundown, explaining everything, how you can JMK. Yes, thank you. I'll get it right eventually. I'll get it right eventually. Thank you, Tony. My mind moves way faster than my mouth, and my mind moves fast. It's not always thinking right. Russell Lemieux has joined us, and SCS Dog. So this is what the lineup is kind of looking up as of right now. I don't have everything filled. Between 12:30 and 1, I'm going to start off, and we're going to do a customizer. And I'm going to have a few customizers on. Tony's Figs, he's going to be on. I've already talked to him. He's actually already taken the day off. So I want you guys to hear that. Come this Friday, October 24th, if anyone hears Tony say, "Oh, dude, I don't have it off," He told me while I was on the phone with him, I'm just going to request it off right now. So anyway, I have Tony coming on. I have Gun Bunny Customs coming on also. And Dreadnought Ryan is also going to be a guest. So those are going to be the 3 customizers. And we'll just go over some of the some of the customs that they've done. And again, it's to fill about 2 hours of time. During this whole process, we will be accepting all super chats or straight to PayPal. Again, that avoids anything that avoids YouTube taking any of the funds, but not everyone wants to do it that way. But I did talk to Ryan today, and he's on board. He said he's just going to request a day off, just like Tony did. Tony says, look, they still have to approve it. You're going to be there, motherfucker. All right. And War Chest Full of Toys is jumping in here. And Rowdy, hey, all I want from people is just mention it. I don't even need like the promotion. Just, hey, this is for Toys for Tots. This is what that's all that I really want, in all honesty. So as of right now, between that 3 and 6 hours, I have not. I'm sorry, between 3 and 6, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do, who I'm gonna have on. Again, in between, like having shows and people on, I'm just gonna have a mix and match of people. You want a link? I'll send you a link. Once the show starts, your ass has to get off. It's really that simple. At 6 to 8 on that Friday, we're doing a Circle of Jerks. That's a total special missions. And Baldy has some ideas already. The whole goal is like if I'm having you on with your channel, I want you guys to come with your ideas, because it's to kind of give me, I'll be on the whole time, but it's to give me a break because I can't think of everything. Then from 8 to 10, Backyard Battlefield with 3-star draw and Krusty Old Crow. And then 10 to 12 p.m., like 10 to 12 a.m., once a year, I guess, Punks on Film. Myself, Matthew, I'm sure we'll have a few other people on. We will be doing a Punks on Film. I think as of right now, we're going to be doing Gross Point Blank. We haven't really agreed on anything, but Gross Point Blank is one of the movies, believe it or not, I've never seen, yet I should, because I drive through Gross Point all the time. So I think that might be what we're going to do. And then between 12 and 1, it's just going to be an open hour. Nothing really going on. People can kind of shoot in, jump into whatever they want. From 1 to 3, that's going to be our wrestling talk. As of right now, for the wrestling talk, I got Legend Series coming on. I got Ken Poe, who said he can give us like an hour because he's doing a toy show that week. And I also have Ted Darklaw, aka the voice of Mossman. And hopefully they're going to do a few more commercials for me. And there may be some other people. The idea of the wrestling is to talk about older wrestling. And I think the topic is going to be wrestlers that have never won the heavyweight championship that you wish would have or should have. All right. I know it's been done before. But anyway, Bobby Wool jumping in here saying, speaking of customs, did you ever get my message on Discord about doing a lava scene for Anakin and Obi-Wan? Oh yeah, the Discord. I may have. I don't think so, actually. I apologize. Don't you have Instagram? Send it to Instagram. Ted Knight jumping in here saying only Punk fans. That's actually not a bad one. That's not a bad one. All right. So there's going to be, after that, we're going to be open from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. And then I don't want to put it, I don't, listen, I'm not trying to make anyone live up to anything. But from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. is going to be Shark Eyes and Ronnie Trickshot. A thank you to every single person that came on last year. I can honestly say I did not have more fun during the whole time than during those 2 hours I had those dumbasses on. And I'm gonna say, because Ronnie's already said, "Hey, I already have an idea," and Shark said, "I haven't approved that yet," which makes me think that Ronnie, who like he's already here, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Strap yourselves in. um, that's the one. If you wanted to go back and watch something from last year, that's the one you have to watch. Ronnie says he has an idea. I can only imagine what it's going to be. So definitely make sure you check that out. I think I might even break down the shows afterwards and put them separately out there, so people don't have to try and go through hours upon hours. But we'll see. After that, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. What we're gonna I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. is the Clubhouse Cafe. This is the point where I actually get some sleep. This is where I get a little bit of sleep. Ed will take over. It's going to be kind of a smorgasbord. People can kind of jump in. It's the early bird. There's certain people that are up. So they're going to jump in for a while. I'll be back by 10 o'clock just so I can get a little bit of sleep. I know it seems like it's a great idea. Why are you not up for 36 hours straight? Because I'm almost fucking 50 years old and my fucking body can't do it. And then we'll have a little bit of an open hour when I get back in, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll be coloring with Allison. And oh yeah, we've already talked about what we're coloring. But I'm not going to let you guys know. Oh no. And we'll get that. And then as of right now, 1 to 2 is just going to be open. From 2 to 4, I'm going to have a photography segment where I'm going to bring in people. I'm going to ask specific people that have done wonderful photography to come on. We're going to show off some of their pictures. They can kind of break things down. And yes, Matthew, I am inviting you to be on for the photography stuff. If you don't give Matthew credit, he gets upset. He needs validation. He needs something. He needs validation. That's it. Validation. Shark Eyes is joining us. Joe Pumpkin Chat, your friendly neighborhood, is here. Cobranomics has joined us. Woo. Did I see someone else jump in? Tristan T jumping in here. This is just a rundown. Again, this is early on. And then from 4 to 6, I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. 6 to 8, we're going to have Smoking Joe's, Shane, Woody. I'm not sure if Legend Series is going to be on. But again, it's kind of their own thing. So however they want to do it, I'll be on with them. 8 to 10, I'm not sure what I'm doing. And then we'll end with the Clubhouse. Matthew will probably be on. Ed will definitely be on. Both of them have control. After midnight, that's when I can bounce. And still throughout everything, anything that is generated through that Sunday, super chats on the channel. Clubhouse normally goes about 4 or 5 a.m. All that stuff still goes to charity. Everything that we're going to do. So that's the rundown. This is how I go 3 hours, because I will ramble on. But I kind of want to give you guys an idea. I have started reaching out. I haven't reached out to the photography guys. I know the 2 other people that I'm going to ask. I also want to say this. If I don't ask you to come on, don't take it personally. There's going to be lots of open space for anyone to jump on throughout the 2 days. And I'm just reaching out to specific people. So please, there's a lot of people they get butthurt. They think I'm ignoring them, or I don't like it. It has nothing to do with that. It's just you pick your spots. I'm not bringing everyone back from last year. And next year I won't have all the exact same people. Some people I will. As long as Ronnie and Adam don't get me demonetized or kicked off YouTube, I will have them on every single year. That is one thing I will have for sure. TC jumping in here saying, sell Rumbler on BBTS, cancel CC payments, and order them. Boom Rumbler. Oh, is it on BBTS? HK Viper evening all. Is it on? How much is on BBTS? First off, you can't cancel it. Second off, my Rumbler's in Sterling Heights, Michigan. I'm supposed to have it by Wednesday. Now, my original Rumbler, it's not. I had to put on an email 4 different people at Mezco. I had to threaten that after 40 days of having a label created and it has not moved, and let them know I've contacted the logistics company who told me to contact you guys because there's nothing they can do about it. If I don't hear back from a real person, I am going to contact my credit card company and dispute the payment. By the end of the day, I heard back from them. They said they would be issuing me another Rumbler, and the label was created the next day and it went out. It only took 5 different times I messaged them. And this time I went with the whole, I hit every single person that I had an email. I don't have a phone number for them. The logistics company doesn't have a phone number for them. That's how bad they are. But it looks like it should be in town. So I'll probably have it tomorrow, or at least will be available for me to pick up tomorrow. I don't know if I actually have it because we have the Circle of Jerks. HK Viper is joining us. I never say HK Viper. I think I already said hi to him. And then we had someone else jump in here too. GI Customs. Good evening, all. So great to have some people. Jay Astro, the Australians always put on a hell of a show. Oh, I agree. But I do want to say, like, the one that they did was, again, what we did. It's still, it's the best work they've ever done. And not just because I was part of it, but because of that. So anyway, yeah. So the Mezco saga is almost over. It's taken that much time. Again, I don't know, and I've talked to other people on like Mezco forums, and they had the exact same thing. So, you can wait so long, and I can't speak for what other people do, but I'm not going to let something that I spent over $300 on just sit there. We're not talking about a $25 figure. This came out to be over about $330 because I was able to use my like $20 or something of Mezco cash or whatever their point system are, right? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you have my money and I'm okay with waiting. But when you created a label and it's been 40 days, that's definitely what I would call unacceptable, right? I think most would agree with that, especially when you see other people are getting them. G.I. Jetman jumping in here saying, hey, Punk in chat. And then we have Capitan something. Says, I'm late, Punk. Hey, I'm just glad that you're here. You missed the whole rundown of the Punkathon, which, again, everyone will get to hear for 36 hours when that thing hits. All right. Star Wars Haslab. We will kind of look at that. Quickly looking at it here, if I refresh it, it did hit the target goal. I know some people are kind of shocked. It is sitting at 8,697 backers. So I figure we might as well just go all the way, right? There's no reason not to. We'll go to midnight. We'll see where it hits. None of the tiers have been hit yet. I don't even know what the hell the tiers are. I haven't really been watching it other than I just would kind of jump in and see where it's at. 10,000 backers, 12,000, 14,000. So I guess right now is the perfect time. Like, hey, what do you think this is going to hit? Do you think this will even hit one tier? I mean, we're still 2.5 hours away from an ending. We know what people think. This thing is now funded. People are going to have that FOMO. The scalpers, as people want, you can't scalp something anyone can fucking buy. All right, I'm just I hate that shit. But yeah, I'm interested to see where it's gonna end up at, because now we have another gunship, or I don't, but other people have a gunship. I'm not buying it. But again, I think the biggest mistake they made, I can't believe I'm saying this, is that they compared it to the other ones. Like, hey, look, it's only this much bigger. I was like, man, that was awful. That was it just seems like a bad strategy. But you know what? Guys have been doing that to women for years on social media. So hey, I don't know, maybe it does work. I don't know. I mean, it must work. I mean, guys do that to women all the time. um TC says, pretty sure Hasbro is back in the numbers there below, so they get at least half the amount to draw the extra interest. No, they have no reason to. They have to pay for all the molding. Like they have to pay for everything. Like that's the whole purpose of it. Like if they were going to back it, there would be no reason for them to do a Haslab. The other thing that I think some people don't realize when it comes to like Marvel and Star Wars, they are at the mercy of those corporations. They're the ones that make those final decisions. That's the reason why last year the Mos Eisleys, like why it got like set back, is that they were supposed to have things done, and I mean Lucasfilm, and they didn't have the rights. And from what I understand, they didn't have the rights to one character that they had agreed to make. That's why it had to wait, and that's actually why the GI Joe, why the Rattler got pushed back. That got pushed back because they were trying to get the Star Wars one, and they kept having to push back the Star Wars one. Then they finally pushed back, both of them. So that's the reason why that went up, from my understanding, at San Diego Comic-Con last year. Usually, contrary to what some people have said, that they always go up in June. It's Yojo June. It's the end of the year. That's supposed to be their thing. It got pushed back to San Diego Comic-Con because the Star Wars one got pushed back. This year they turned it around, and again, they shouldn't have done it all at once. They should have waited until the Snowcat had funded and then dropped another one. But Hasbro doesn't learn. Captain says, I'm an original trilogy collector, so an easy pass for me on this Haslab. I'll say it again. I think a Shuttle Tidarian, that should have been it. They've never really redone it. They've never done it one to the size, where it can hold a bulk of figures. A full-size AT-AT that can hold a bunch. I mean, I know people would say, oh, they've done AT-ATs before, but if they did a bigger AT-AT, I think they've done a really big AT-AT, haven't they? Yeah, I think they've done a really big AT-AT, but I could see them doing an AT-AT. But I just think, again, I think a Shuttle Tidarium would have been awesome. That's such an iconic and such an awesome looking vehicle, and you can do so much with it. Well, the Power of the Force one was just done. I mean, it was just a remake of. They changed a few things, but for the most part, it was the exact same. And Tristan says a full size AT-AT would have been. Yeah, the AT-AT is also something that people would have bought for GI Joe, for Cobra, right? Like that can be used for so many good things. Captain says, but my best wishes for the. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not wishing for anything to fail, man. There are people that want this. So G.I. Jetman says, Punk and Paulson says Snowcat's in stock. Is that meant? Does that mean we'll be getting it early? No, it just means that, dude, if you have not paid attention, I'm not saying you haven't. I don't know if you have. If you haven't paid attention to that app and that website, it is such a clusterfuck. I feel like that company can afford a better IT department. They've had so many issues. Captain says, yeah, Imperial Shuttle Tidarium Haslab. That's a dream. I agree. And again, like you have the Return of the Jedi, where they're getting down to Endor. You have the Emperor. You have Darth Vader. And they have so many one that would work. And GI Customs has so many other ships in Star Wars to do. Again, it's the same problem that comes with GI Joe, right? Is that what does one person consider a dream project, and what will someone back? The gunship, again, showing off that it's this much bigger, and I think it's like 4 inches bigger. I think that hurt it more than anything, because you can still get one, and the price is always going to be expensive due to that. That's why, again, like the Shadow Tidarium, that's something that is much bigger that people would look at. I thought the Ghost was a good idea. They've already done a full-size Millennium Falcon, right? To scale Millennium Falcon. That was like 500, if I remember correctly. And then it went on clearance, because like all that shit goes on clearance because no one wants to carry it. But it's one of those things where, let's be honest, for the most part, the original trilogy and now the prequels, they do fairly well. You notice that they're not even trying to touch anything that has to do with the sequels because those movies suck. Viper Scout says a better Death Star playset with interrogation room, shield room for Obi-Wan to disable, hangar trash compactor, and detention area that connects, made as big as the cantina. That's not a bad idea. And that is also something that a O-ring collector, a Joe collector might be like, hey, you know what? That would actually be pretty cool. Capitan says, yeah, the Jawas. There was rumor that it was going to be a Sandcrawler too. And Alex Martinez saying he would have liked it. I think that the Sandcrawler, I mean, I worry people would be like, that's so boring. But if you open up the Sandcrawler and you started seeing all these different spots that the Jawas went in, and the different things that they had stolen on Tatooine, again, I think that's something that would be pretty cool. It's not something I'm going to back because I'm not a Star Wars fan, but that's something that when I look at, I go, that makes total sense. The sail barge is still, and if you've never seen a sail barge, I've only seen it once, I believe, when I was in St. Louis, and I saw it in the back room, and I'm like, hey, can I go look at that? And like, oh yeah, sure. That thing is, again, it's impressive. The size of that is very impressive. Yeah, rumors are like everyone has one, exactly. But yeah, again, there's a lot of different things that they can do, but again, when you're at the mercy, I believe, of what, I mean, because once they agree on something, they have to go to Lucasfilm and be like, hey, will this work? You will never convince me that it was the Star Wars team's idea. That it was a Star Wars team's idea to do a Reva's lightsaber. You're never going to convince me. There's not a single person that was like, you know what, I want a lightsaber as a Haslab of a character that I've never seen, and I don't know if I'm going to like, and let's be honest, we didn't like her. And that was, in my opinion, that was a Lucasfilm saying, you need to do this. It also didn't fit their aesthetic of what they've done for the Black Series. And you can see they've kind of shifted away from the Black Series. The Rancor should have been a shoe-in. They should not have gone up against the Sky Striker. They should have been separated. It also came in at Christmas time. It also should have had the Rancor Keeper to start off with, not last day. Hey, we're going to throw in a Rancor Keeper. They shouldn't have had a bag of bones and a cardboard. Like, they should have put some real thought into it. But again, when I look at this, I look at it as like, this is what Lucasfilm said. Hey, this is what you're going to do. It's our contract. We need this. And it failed. So they do have that to go back to. Yes. That's so awful. Yeah, and the worst thing about again, like there's so many other lightsabers that they have done, and they still continue to do. It's like, why would I back this? It's not that much different. Again, if I can go get Darth Vader's lightsaber, Obi-Wan's lightsaber, Luke Skywalker's, both of his lightsabers, right? Mace, I can go I can get iconic characters, right? It doesn't matter what. It's just a dark, look at that. The one little dark spot. Look at that, stupid. When I get like the most iconic characters in Star Wars, and when I say like no character in Star Wars that they ever make going for is ever going to surpass Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker, right? When I can get theirs, why the hell does anyone think that I need to get, some character that we haven't even seen? So it made no sense, but they did it anyway. I think that was 2 failing in a row, and that's when they went back to the TVC and they did the Ghost, right? I believe the Ghost was next. So now they have the gunship here, and quickly they hit a refresh, and it's jumped up about 100. So I think we're going to get a big boost before the end of the night, but we'll check it by midnight and see exactly what it is. So, all right. Before we get into the news, and there's not a lot of news, but there is some news. The sponsors. We got Hella Dope Toys. You guys know, use that code APWT. You get 10% off the entire order. Hopefully, they should have some Mythic Legions coming in soon, or at least a figure obscura. I'm not sure when the customer or the retailer appreciation is supposed to happen, but I would assume that it should happen soon. Capitan says, Punk, are you watching Alien? Or I have not. But I'm interested in it. Even though I'm not a horror guy, I am definitely interested in it. I'm just stuck with so many other things that whether it be from the other channel or whatever. I got to catch up on the Slow Horses that Adam from my partner on the TV terminal, he wants to do. And so I got to catch up on that because there's a new season coming out. All right, so this is okay. So here it is. 3-star says you aren't missing a thing, and then Grizzlehorn says Alien Earth rocks. Tristan T says I'm really enjoying Alien Earth. Russell New says Alien Earth is okay. So this is what I have to say to this guy right here. He also says that 1923 is awful. So he totally loses points when he's trying to tell me about TV shows, because I think he's the only person that didn't like 1923. If you don't know what 1923 is, it's all part of the Yellowstone universe, and 1923 was really good. It might be the first time. That I was hoping that like 2 people would actually end up together, and I wasn't rooting for something awful to happen. And of course, something awful happened. Look at this. It was better than 1883. 1883 was awesome. Where the hell is Matthew at that he's not here to just fucking blast you right now? Because I think he blasted you before. Anyway, there is that. The Amazon links, again, it all helps. Entertainment Earth, people are still using Entertainment Earth. I got to start pushing that out. And just so you guys know, and it's not the easiest to always find, but I do still have the merch up there. And if you ever go to the merch channel or the merch page, you kind of have to scroll through because for some odd reason, they don't want to put the main logo, the Punk with Toys Vision Streetwear logo on the first page. You got to scroll to like page, what am I on? This is page 3, I think. Page 2 at the bottom. So you have to scroll. But again, we do have a merch just like everyone else. Yeah, go buy some stuff. Support the channel. I got Roman, got all that stuff. Cowshay says Van Halen 1984 is pretty good. Yeah. So again, I'm sorry, Darren. See, look at that. Like when you guys say like great armpit content. I think that's what he's trying to say. Um, yeah, you do see a lot of armpit hair in it. I will give you that. Thanos Copter is jumping in here. Make sure you check out his Instagram. And Tony's Face, who's been a member for 23 months. That's almost 2 fucking years. And you're going to get a
fucking Phil Collins.
So, side story here. Quick, Matthew says 1883 was the best of the series. 1923 was also awesome. Yeah, I like them both. So quick story. I'm I'm walking through Walmart the other day, and I called Tony up, this guy right here. And he answers like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" I'm like, "Man, fucking Phil Collins is on." And I can't, like, now when I hear Phil Collins, I don't think of like I don't think of all the Disney movies. I think of my fucking show now. All because of everything that happened on that one episode that I had. And of course, obviously Olivia. So every time I hear Phil Collins, I'm usually messaging her, telling her Phil Collins is on or sending her something. So you predicted that her limbs were going to get frostbite and she was going to choose to die rather than have her limbs amputated. I call bullshit. Stephen Cormack, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. And then we have Baldy Locks reviews jumping in here, and then we have Toy Optics. I came for the Skibidi brain rot. We might get to it. I still don't know what it is. Shelf Presence is jumping in here as one guy that's running out like the rest of us. And then Johnny Reno, member for 19 months, and he's saying fucking Phil Collins is king.
Fucking Phil Collins.
There you go. Another fucking Phil Collins. I cannot wait for the one day that I finally get a message from his agent going, what is this all about? What is this all about? He's not happy about this. Allison Troy, member for 28 months, over 2 years. Can you believe that shit? Rip Phil Collins, you won't be missed. She is predicting, or she is trying to project that he's going to die, but she still gets a
fucking Phil Collins.
Could you imagine if I showed up on a Thursday with a friend with Phil Collins? How amazing would that be? That might be my highest rated Thursday with a friend that I get to do. It would be pretty awesome. Anyway, there is some news, but before we get to the news, we have to hear from Tony's favorite person.
Oh, hey guys. So Lawrence, he had to step away for a little bit. He's got a case of the grumble dust. So he asked me to kind of watch over a stream. He put me in charge of y'all. He said to me, "Oh, Moss Man, I have a case of the grumble dust, and I need you to watch myself for a little bit so nobody leaves and finds out that there's more interesting things to watch on YouTube. And also, I hate Ohio." So I was like, oh, dang, so now I have to come up with a topic for my very own show. And I was like, oh, what about talking about your favorite toy stores? So my favorite toy store is HelloDopeToys.com. So they used to have this really bad website. It used to look real scammy. Like if I gave them money, they were going to go spend it on like blow and hookers. But now their website is really nice. And like I can just go in and do like 1-2 click. And then my order's placed. And they ship super fast, guys. They ship everything in 1 business day. So like I get all my toys first. So when I'm out there on the playground and all my friends are like, oh, dang, Moss Man, where'd you get that action figure? I still have to wait 17 months for mine. And I'm just like, well, I went to HelloDopeToys.com and I just pushed the buttons and then they shipped it out to me. And the packaging is so nice, guys. Like, I opened up the box and I was like, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kind of packaging. It's so nice. But then my trash can gets full because of all the packing stuff. And I was just like, oh dang, I just changed the trash. But now I gotta change the trash again. Oh, you're right, Matthew Matson. You can use the code APWT at HelloDopeToys.com and save 10% on your order. So how that works is, so you're going to save 10%, and then a Punk with Toys, he has to pay that 10% that y'all saved. So if you don't like Lawrence, you can just go to HelloDopeToys.com and just buy a bunch of stuff and rack up his bill. So then, like, at the end of the month, they're like, Hello Dope Toys is like, oh, Lawrence, you owe us $1 million because of all the 10% codes that everybody used. And yeah, that's how that works. Okay, guys, so it looks like it's time for me to go now. So make sure you go to HelloDopeToys.com and like and subscribe, and then in the comments put what your favorite toy store is. But if it's not HelloDopeToys.com, I'm probably just gonna delete it. Okay. So, all right, guys, bye.
All right. Now, as you guys know, I'm probably gonna have to buy another polar bear, just so I can have one in my G.I. Joe display, and also leave Mossman riding the polar bear. Tony, this is for you. Mossman on a polar bear. I might do a shirt, a Tony's Figs Mossman on a polar bear shirt. I think that'd be pretty awesome. And this guy right here, now I talked to him for a little bit today. Dreadnought Ryan Sweeney. It's a day early, but everyone, tell him happy birthday, because tomorrow is his birthday. So this big boy is turning, I don't know, like 50 or something. I have no idea how old he is. But tomorrow is his birthday. So please, in the comments, tag Ryan and say, happy birthday, Ryan. It's a day early, and I'll be $1 short because, I ain't going to do that. Yes, Tony's Figs loves Mossman on a polar bear. Right now, you're winning comment of the night. And I think it's with a heart. I think the little heart just makes it that much better, Matthew. Ryan here saying thank you because he got a happy birthday from Nolan. Happy birthday from Johnny Reno. Look at this. We got Trick Murphy saying happy birthday. Baldy Locks. We have Action Figs, Viper Scout, G.I. Jetman, Tony's Figs. Look at this. All these happy birthdays for Dreadnought Ryan. All right. So, a little bit of news, and that is the company is shipping out to Boston. Maybe the worst kept secret is Hasbro is moving to Boston. I don't know that anyone cares. I don't understand why you're in a place for so long, and you're always downsizing. I know you're downsizing because every year you lay off like 1,000 people. So it doesn't feel like you're growing your insides of a building. I feel like you probably have paid off that mortgage on that building, but they've decided they're going to move to Boston, where I believe everything is more expensive there than in Rhode Island. But either way, Rhode Island is losing the Hasbro headquarters, and I don't want to say no one cares, because I do believe that if Chrysler, GM, or Ford, if they left Michigan, it'd be a huge deal. Especially the Chrysler building, it has the big Pentastar at the top of it. If you ever wonder why, like Chrysler, who's changed their logos between Dodge and Chrysler 100 times, the reason why the Pentastar survives is because the top of the building is a fucking Pentastar. And I mean, I don't mean like a little. The whole boardroom is a big, huge Pentastar in Auburn Hills. But hold on. Oh, but I mean, we have had Ford move to different cities, and same with GM. They have to move to different cities and stuff. But yeah, it is one of those things where I don't understand why you have this building that is I mean, they walked the halls. They did a whole 1020, right? Because it used to be at 1020. That was the address. So it's just crazy. And Matthew here. Hasbro is moving to Boston and raising prices on everything they're selling because they can't afford new digs. Yeah, I think they were going to raise the price no matter what. But we haven't got anything official out of it. We've seen some price hikes already, but does that mean that they're all like that? I believe it was over. I believe it was with 3-star draw. They were people pointed out that the latest wave of G.I. Joe figures on Amazon, the price has gone up to $27.99. Now, if you ordered them right away, they weren't, but it looks like they're going. It looks like they're going up. Again, is this just one of those things due to the tariffs? Who knows? I mean, it's impossible to tell for sure. But the one thing that I can say is that when prices go up, they don't go down. Again, Valaverse is the only company that seems to lower prices when it comes to a specific line. As Classified go up, as Marvel Legends go up, as Black Series go up, or anything like that, the only way I believe that the prices will ever come down is if they kill the line and restart the line. And I know I don't want Classified to get killed. I don't want it to, and you know what? I want to be wrong. I do want to be wrong. I do want to see, oh, hey, look, they've lowered prices because, the cost of goods have come down, but it doesn't really happen. It is happening with eggs, though. I do notice the price of eggs that are coming down, but yeah. So it's again, it's one of those things where, almost every company, when they raise prices in a line, they don't bring it down. That's just how it is. If they decided, hey, you know what, we're going to kill the line, and now when we bring that line back, we're starting over fresh. They can, remove some of the articulation or paint apps, and that's how they bring down the price. But it sucks. I mean, it really does. And Ryan Sweeney says, bingo, retailers and manufacturers will not drop prices if costs go down. No. And to be honest, shit ain't going down anyway, is it? I mean, in all honesty, man, like everything in life is going up. I'll say it again. Go try and buy a pickup truck. You're not walking out of it. You're not walking out of a dealership with a brand new pickup that's decently equipped for under 50 grand. And 50 grand used to be like you'd have every bell and every whistle. It's not like that anymore. And it's just carried over onto our toys. Again, I don't understand the purpose of Hasbro moving. I also don't know. I don't know anything about their inner workings either. All right. So maybe there's a specific reason why they've decided that, hey, they're going to move, but this is something that they've done before. I mean, they've been talking about this for quite some time. So this is not some shock. All right. Just like in December, every year when they lay off 1,000 people and everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this at Christmas. Like they do it every year. All right. It's like, why are you shocked? I'm not shocked. I mean, it sucks, but we all know what's going to happen. Tripwire says prices can come down with other prices when corporations see their customers will still pay the higher price they think, but why lower it if they don't have exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like if they don't need to, they're not going to, and for the most part they don't bring anything down. It's going to be mostly indie for me. I'm out of Hasbro, only a few Classified I want at those prices. Every single year in our mods chat, Matthew says to myself and Ed, you can confirm this. He says, yeah, I got to cut back on shit I'm buying. And then next thing we know, Matthew has a whole shitload of new toys. Just saying. I'm just saying. Todd C says, I took my wife out for lunch. It cost me close to $75 with tips. Thank you. You are absolutely correct. Half the time, like I if I go to order food, I tell the kids, I go, oh, I'll run up to the corner to the Greek restaurant and I'll get carry out because I don't want to pay for the pop and I don't want to leave. I don't want to pay for a tip. Because that just adds to it. You're absolutely correct. Everything goes up. And again, these are luxuries, not necessities. Toy Optic says, but these tariffs are fucking the American people, and so many still don't understand that we pay. Oh, you're absolutely correct. You are correct. You're correct with that. But there are some things that it's working with. And I'm not going to get political, but there is one industry, from what I understand, and that's skateboarding, that they have started to shift over, making skateboards back here in the U.S. to avoid some of those tariffs. So in theory, that's what it's supposed to do. But I agree. Like, we are the ones that pay it. We are the ones that pay it. So, but this rumor that it was going to go up happened before any office was changed or anything. So it's not fully political. But anyway, that's Hasbro. They're shipping out to Boston, if anyone even cares. Hi, it's me says no enough players in Rhode Island, or not enough players in Rhode Island. All the physical players are in Boston. I don't know what you mean. So no more Canadian maple. But yeah, McFarlane Toys. Oh, Uncle Todd. He is like, you know what? I've got so much time left with this DC license. You guys are going to get Batman. So we get the Scarecrow. Tony, I hope you're listening. Dude, this thing looks awesome. All right. This looks awesome. Pins and all. I mean, I can see them from space, but because they're the same color, they blend in really, really nice. I think this figure looks awesome. I like the little skull that he's holding. That mask looks absolutely fucking amazing. Again, I'm not a fan of Todd. I believe the only people that are into Todd are into McFarlane Toys are Tony, Toy Gains, and Curtis Ackerman, art by Ackerman, my previous guest on Thursday with a Friend. So this looks really good. So full disclosure, I'm not going to be getting it, but I think it looks really good. This Batgirl looks fucking sweet too. This was actually the first McFarlane that I saw when I was going through my slides, and I was like, damn, that looks really good. I don't know what anyone else thinks of it, but yeah. And it has a soft goods cape. Now, what? I think it was on Saturday before I jumped on Smoking Joe's. They were talking about like the plastic cape by the plastic cape that Doom has. And it's like, yeah, get rid of them. If McFarlane can get rid of these capes, so can you. Yes, Captain, look at those pins right there. Look at that. So many pins. They're beauties. Customizers love pins because they're easy to remove. But I do think this figure looks really good. I think her face sculpt looks really good. Yeah, and sometimes I think Uncle Todd, he nails it. Other times I'm like, what the fuck? Another Batman with a torch. And or maybe this is spray paint. He got some spray paint on his chest. Does anyone know what this is? Like, why does he have spray paint on his chest? I believe it's supposed to be the light off of that is a torch that he has, but it looks like he has spray paint on. Someone can just explain to me, what what Uncle Todd was thinking here. I think in general the Batman looks good. But why would I want that? Oh, it's a pea stain. I did not know Batman was in the golden showers. It's melted ice cream. Was he in bed eating ice cream? Now see, Baldy's saying it's Catwoman golden shower. Now, to me, I feel like this would be more of. I've always thought I thought him and Wonder Woman would have been a perfect couple. She is the Amazonian, she's the one that would leave a pea stain, but it's not spray paint. It's Hawkman's bird poop. TC says I fought homeless guy. Homeless dude hit him with the pea juice. Okay, J Astro says lighting FX don't usually translate well on action figures. I also hate cell shading. Yeah, I think most of us do. Steve Martin, holy golden shower residue, Batman. Oh, very true. Catwoman goes in a box. Very true, Beardy McBeardy said. Okay, so so anyway, again, I believe that this is supposed to be some sort of light effect, and I'm with you. The light effects, cell shading, they don't normally work. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, he needs Tide Ultra, probably with the OxyClean in it. So anyway, there's one Batman. Hey, look, here's Batman, Skull Batman, wearing underwear. I think the face sculpt looks cool. I don't know if I need a skeleton Batman. This is kind of like what again, this is like Batman Ghost Rider. The fact that he has the ears. Fatality. Oh, it's Fatality Batman. Okay. He's wearing a diaper. I mean, these truly look like he's put his underoos over his tights. I don't understand this. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty cool. Spooky Batman. But yeah, this is again, it's one of those, this is Todd. What are you doing, Todd? Whatever I want. Okay, well, it's yours. It's your toy. You do what you want. You were at the end of the line of DC, so I guess you do whatever the fuck you want. So there you are. If you need a skull face of Batman, it's available. Here is Batman on a throne. Anyone want to explain it? Here, I'll quickly give you what I know about this, and that is
I don't go through all the graphics before the show.
So someone explain to me what Batman is doing here. Yeah, he has Metron's Morbius chair, says Jason S. It's the Bat Throne, is Bat Toilet. It's the Bat Throne. It's a Skibidi throne. He's taking a bat shit. All right, so it's the Mobius chair, according to Russell Lemieux and a couple others. Someone tell him to move his cape when he's shitting, though, right? You can't. He's gonna get shit all over his cape. All right, you can't have that, Batman. And Justin Booth jumping in here for a member for 14 months, so you know what you get. You get a quick
Fucking Phil Collins.
Poor Phil Collins. What did he do to deserve that? It's glory hole Batman. 3-star says, guess that cape is pretty easy to clean. Hey, when you're that rich, you just buy a new one. Skid marks on the cape. So yeah, so we have let's see here. This comes with brown stains. So one Batman has pee on his chest, and this one's gonna have shit on his cape. Todd, you really don't care anymore, do you? And then there's this guy who is, I don't know, he's on top of my tower that I should have for my gargoyles. That Necker clearly is not gonna finish. Who is this guy? He has a soft goods cape. That's what I know. So he kind of looks like he's supposed to be some version of Robin or something like that. So who the hell is this guy? It's Dr. Midnight. I've never even heard of this character. All right. Never even heard of this. Look, Skin Mark, stop. Quit taking my name in vain. Oh, it's awesome. But yeah, so it's a JSA. Yeah. I never heard of this guy. Now, again, as we know, this is I put figures in I think look pretty cool, and I talk about McFarlane, but I don't know anything about him. So I'm not gonna try and blow smoke up anyone's ass. I don't know shit about it. So yeah, Dr. Midnight, Justice Society, Silver Age. Now, he's there if you want him. And then I actually meant to enlarge this, but I forgot. So you can kind of see the chair. Again, or the toilet, the Skibidi toilet with Batman. No, I do not. I wholeheartedly admit I do not know anything about. I know very little about DC. I collected Batman, and that was through the mid '90s, right? So I'm not going to sit there and try and act like I know all about DC. And then we have there's this Batman. This is Hitler Batman. He has Hitler's little mustache. I don't know why, but that's what it looks like. To Batman, one throne. Here's the tripwire integrated bat mustache. Yeah, they need to do a Space Ghost in this scale. It's B's Battleground Batman. Vapor Scout, Jack-o'-lantern. I don't really get this. Like, can someone explain what this is? Hi, it's me. Shit, I was going for Chaplin. The Swarm Batman. Well, if you do remember, DC actually owns the original design of what the Swarm looks like. So technically, it would be, their own design, to be honest. Jason S says it's from when Bruce grew a mustache but didn't want to be recognized. I don't know if you're being serious or not. That's because I'm looking at it like it kind of makes sense. So I don't know if you're being serious or not. But anyway, if you need a gold and black Batman, that's the 70s swinger Batman. You can have one. Remember, these are your last chances to get Todd's Batman. And then we have this Riddler, which I actually think looks pretty good. Again, giant pins that you can't miss. See them from space with his little question marks. But I think this Riddler actually looks pretty good. Again, a younger looking Riddler. But yeah, again, this is what I'm talking about. Like sometimes his figures look really good, and other times you're just like what the fuck are you thinking? But Thanos says, I don't know what this is, but I kind of hate this Batman. And Tripwire say Batman wearing a mustache disguise is Batman wearing a mustache disguise so Joker doesn't recognize him. Oh, actually, this is Tom Selleck in the new Batman movie. But yeah, again, it's again, who knows? Magnum P. Batman. Okay. So here's kind of what they're going to be giving off. We still got Static Shock coming and Starman, who looks stupid, but Batgirl I think looks good. That's Batman Inc. Okay, so that's Batman Earth 2 Society. So maybe that is a mustache. It's a mustache warmer. But again, this is for fall of 2025. We can't see the 2025, but you know it's 2025 because in 2026 he has the property ripped from him. But yeah, all these figures are coming. 2 Batman, 1 Batgirl. So technically, 3 of the 7 figures are Batman figures. Is that when Caesar Romano dressed up as Batman? But yeah, that's all McFarlane. Shit, dude. Woo! Oh my goodness. Toy Optics says I'm still waiting on my 1/12 Mars Toys version of him that I pre-ordered 2 years ago. I have some O-rings that I ordered 3 years ago that I'm still waiting for. Archangel says, did that Riddler have pins in the arms? Oh yeah, they were. Yes, it did. Yes, it does. Big, giant green pins. At least they're green and not purple. But yes, giant pins because Todd loves pins. Again, I still love the interview where Shartimus had asked him about if he's gonna move away from pins, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, could you send me some pictures and some products of these pinless figures so I can send them up to my development team? Yeah, just go on any fucking Target, dude. Like you'll see pinless figures. They're all over the place. All right. Go on BBTS where you sell your product. They have pinless figures there too. Like, that's Todd for you. All right. So there you go. No, I said Todd loves pins. But yeah. All right. I need a breather because I'm dying here. So here we go.
Oh, hey guys, it's Mossman again.
And Dopey.
No, you're not part of this one.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome back to the Punkathon Toys for Tots Streamathon. So this is going on from October 25th through October 27th. We're just streaming non-stop. So we've made a whole bunch of money so far to donate for Toys for Tots, but we can still keep going. We still got some time left. So if you want to participate, you can send a super chat or a super sticker, or maybe even consider becoming a channel member. And all that money, Lawrence is going to take that and go to this really cool toy store, Sergeant Red's. He's going to buy toys, and all that's going to get donated for Toys for Tots. But anyway, we still got a whole bunch of really awesome content coming from a lot of great content creators. So let's get back to the show.
First off, yeah, it's called Google McFarlane. Yes. And that is the only appearance of Dopey ever. I had a nice little talk with the creator of Dopey, not the Dopey voice, but the creator of Dopey. There's only one Dopey that exists. It is at Hella Dope Toys, created by our one and only Action Figs. And I asked him, like, he hasn't done anything else. He's like, nope. Like, all right, we need more Dopey. I like that one just because I think Dopey's hilarious. And just imagining Ted doing multiple voices, probably like what's going on in his head. So anyway, all right. Jada, not Street Fighter. Can you believe that? And Christmas. Now, I don't know if I should put a trigger warning here. Are we triggered by Frosty the Snowman? I know we're triggered by Christmas Star Wars characters, but are we triggered by Frosty the Snowman? I don't know. But Jada Toys is a BBTS exclusive. I actually paid attention. BBTS exclusive as of right now. Frosty the Snowman, and this is again. It's Jada, so it's going to be, again, akin to, the Tony the Tiger, Chester Cheetah, figures like that. But this for me, and I did order it. It's supposed to be, I think, October. I hope it comes before Christmas because I really hate ordering Christmas figures and then they come out, in like February. And you're like, good, I can use this next fucking year. But yeah, so I know people love what Jada does. I'm one of them. I think they do such a really good job of taking these really fringe characters out of different pop culture, whether it be, cereal boxes, Cheeto boxes or Cheetah bags, Frosty the Snowman. I mean, if you're going to do this, you have to do, Rudolph, right? I mean, that's what's got to be coming. So, but yeah, hopefully this comes before Christmas. Because again, this is one of those things where, again, the guys our age, in our mid to late 40s into our 50s, this was the stuff that we saw at Christmas, right? I mean, I think that's why when I look at what Jada's doing for Scooby-Doo, and I'm not collecting the stuff, but what they're doing for Scooby-Doo, like they're taking such iconic episodes that we remember and saying, hey, you know what? Even if you're just kind of a fringe Scooby-Doo fan, you're going to remember these characters. They were the ones that, they were shown off in the lore. And to kind of jump on this here, and I know that I believe it was Spec, was it you that asked June that if they're going to continue to do these? And he was just kind of like, well, if it does well, then yeah, it's something that we'll obviously pursue. But there's a lot of different Christmas ones. And in all honesty, this stop motion stuff back then was awesome. Like, this is what, you remember, like, this is one of those things that obviously there's a lot of things that come Christmas time as a kid you were excited for, but rewatching this was one of those ones where even if you're kind of outgrowing it, you're always going to be there at some point with your family and you're going to sit there and watch this. And I think this type of stuff is really cool. So, but if you're interested, it is up on BBTS right now. I want to say it was $50. So it is kind of pricey if I remember correctly. I just ordered it. So it's kind of like gas. I don't pay attention to gas. I just go get gas because I know I need it. Archangel Michael Mars says that rabbit definitely hangs with Moss Man. Frosty can go with your snowcat, or he can even be attacked by a polar bear with Moss Man riding it. You see that, Tony? See, all the people that complain that, hey, you know what? What am I going to use the snowcat for? What am I going to put with it? It's Frosty the fucking Snowman right here. But Baldy Fox review says, "What's the difference between Frosty and a snow woman? A couple of snowballs." And right now, honest to God, if you guys haven't watched the Circle of Jerks and know what Baldy looks like, if you know what Baldy looks like, imagine that he's sitting there at his computer, giggling as he's trying to type that out. Where he's probably had to correct himself like 3 times. He was giggling so hard. Because again, Baldy's a lot like I am. Or maybe I'm a lot like Baldy, laughing at my own jokes. But anyway, if you're into this, this is awesome. Well, Todd C, if you're not watching the Circle, you don't watch Circle Jerk, you are missing out. I'm just going to say that right now. Yes, I was giggling. I know you were. Believe me, I know you were. Baldy, you're probably one of the only other people that I can think of that could do a show like this for 3 hours and entertain yourself. All right? There's not many of us that would just completely let people make fun of us and giggle at everything that we're doing. And know that we've gotten half the shit wrong that we're showing off. So anyway, here it is. And I know a lot of people were waiting for this. I know a lot of people saw it at SDCC. Again, I know it was shown off by a bunch of people, but it was shown off by Spec, and I believe Travis also interviewed June. So, but there you go. There is Frosty the Snowman. If you're interested, $50, kind of hefty price, but again, this is one of those things where they're probably not going to make a lot, and if it's a BBTS exclusive, even kind of weirder. But yeah, so there you go. Wade Howlitson asks, Punk, you coming to Legions this year? I am not. I am going to Assembly Required, which is in Iowa, also codename Iowa, which is the week before that. Legions Con will be very difficult for me to ever go because I take the week of Thanksgiving off for work, and since it's always the week before, it's very difficult. It will be very difficult. But I will be honest, I would like to make it out there. It's one of those. It is one of those cons that's on my bucket list that I do want to do. So 1 year, yes, I will definitely. Ronnie says Frosty should be on Smoking Joe's with that pipe, surely. G.I. Joe fans. That's who wants to go to Iowa. G.I. Joe fans. I didn't say I want to go to Iowa. Who the fuck wants to go to Jersey? Wait. Who the fuck wants to go to Jersey in fucking November? No one. But anyway, there's your Frosty the Snowman. Head on over to BBTS. I don't have a code, so just buy it because you love it. Not that I'm telling you to buy shit at other places because it's supporting me. Hey, are you going to who's going to Assembly Required? Okay, Wade, you might be right. Jersey is greater than Iowa, but G.I. Joe is greater than Mythic Legions. See how we did that? That's the difference, man. No, I would like to go. Like I said, I would like to go. But yeah. Okay, if you're 2 hours away, it's free. You better take it's only 2 days. It's Friday, but it's Friday night, so it's only Saturday. So Jay Astro, your ass better make the drive. 2 hours is fucking easy. I'm driving like 8 hours to get there, 9 hours, something like that. But yeah, so anyway, Frosty, go get Frosty. Smoke some with Frosty. All right. My favorite company. I kind of have a love-hate relation. I don't really love Mezco at all, to be honest, at this point. But as I did mention earlier, I'm mentioning it because 2 of the guys from Circle of Jerks are here. Supposedly, The Rumbler is in St. Louis, Sterling Heights, Michigan, which means it will probably be delivered tomorrow. Not to my house. I have to go pick it up, but I might not get it. Unlike some of the other unprofessionals on Circle of Jerks, I try and make it to the show on time. I don't start this show on time ever, but we're not talking about this show. We're talking about Circle of Jerks. But anyway, they dropped this Batman, and I gotta say, there are some really good shots on this. So this is the Dark Knight Batman, and I was watching Robo Don't Know the Rewind, and he did make a comment about how, like, are they gonna do a Joker? And he goes, so some people, people will be scared. Hey, what if they drop the Joker and I didn't get this and I'm on the wait list? It'd be nice if they just did two at once, did them together. And I'm like, yeah, that's like $250 for two figures all at once. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's just me. But I understand what he's saying. Ideally, they should be like, hey, don't worry, the Joker's coming in about 6 months. Twafty said no. He said they are. Did he? I thought he said, like, I mean, let's be honest. They're not going to not do the fucking Joker, right? But anyway, these shots look amazing. There are some shots on this, like this figure is just awesome. It really has me tempted to want to get it. And I did like what he was kind of saying. Like, when you look at the face, like, they kind of seem over exaggerated until you think about the actual, do you actually think about the movie, how animated he is with his face at times. So it definitely makes sense. And I know he wears a different outfit. It does change a little bit between the movies, but it's kind of like Darth Vader. It doesn't change enough that I'm going to fully notice. Oh, they did? Dude, again, I can't remember. I can't remember all that shit. Christian Bale, Batman, yes. Thanos Captor says the most over. I disagree with you 100%. But you're allowed to have your opinion, Thanos. I actually really liked the Christian Bale. I liked all the Batmans, even the one with Bane. So it's not my favorite. 89 is still my favorite, but I don't like Batman. I don't like Batman Returns, which is weird. Again, I've tried watching it. I'm just not into it. JS show. I just hear Christian Bale going, "Swear to me." Todd C says, I've been saying F Mezco for a decade. What took you guys so long? Oh, I've heard a lot of people say it, but again, like, I think they make some of their figures are really nice. How they handle it, having the worst customer service of any company I've ever dealt with, and I mean that. I sincerely mean that. Worst customer service I've ever had to deal with. Thanos says his voice ruined Batman too. I disagree. Like, man, I mean, it was a little over exaggerated, and it got more exaggerated as the movies went on. But hey, that's it. Mr. Wonderful jumping in here saying, "Oh, it's my favorite Monday Night Maniac." Dude, believe me, I'm not a fucking maniac. I'm almost offended by being called that. Anyway, I thought this shot is awesome. Like, if this is what the unmasked head looks like, I mean, it is Christian Bale. I mean, they absolutely nailed it. Not like a McFarlane where they nail things so perfectly, but this whole shot looks awesome. But Mezco, and I've said this before, their photography sells a lot of the figures. And one of the biggest issues with Mezco, if you don't have Mezco, they use soft goods, so you don't see the joints other than like on, you can see it on Storm Shadow, and then you can see it on Roadblock because they don't have they don't have sleeves on or anything. It's sometimes there's some things that are difficult because you don't know if you're going to break the joint because you can't see if there's tension. But almost all their figures are super smooth. They move really nicely. So I gotta say, like, the feel of them is something different. When someone says, "Hey, you know what? I have the classified version, and I'm fine with that," I can't argue with that. But sometimes when you compare something like the Mezco Destro, it's just night and day. When it comes to Snake Eyes, I'd probably rather have the classified ones. Although Commando Snake Eyes is actually pretty nice, I'll be honest. Ninja Snake Eyes version 2, I'm not a big fan of. Archangel says that backdrop is bad shit crazy good. Yeah, I know. So there you go. Again, Dark Knight. If you're not into this version of Batman, McFarlane has you covered. He will get you another version of Batman. What Mezco will not do is give you a Jokerized version of Batman. But even this here, like, I always thought, like, around the neck, it always seemed kind of tight, and I think they nailed the look right here. So again, if you're a Batman fan or you're a Dark Knight fan, which I didn't order this, but again, I do think it looks amazing. It is one that I could see myself ordering, but then you have to get a Joker, and again, you're looking at $250 for 2 figures. Joe Fan 84 jumping in here saying hello to everyone. Jay Astro says, I've never bought a Mezco because for the price, I'd afraid to be played with the goddamn thing. You just have to be careful. I did review a Bishop Mezco that the leg was broken like right out of the box. And luckily Greg, because it was his figure, he had ordered it from BBTS and BBTS replaced it. I would be so glad to deal directly with BBTS over Mezco. Hey, speaking, Spec, did you ever get the proper foot for your Mezco figure that Mezco said they would send in what was it, 8 to 12 weeks? No, I do not. I had to I talked about this earlier. I had to contact them. It hasn't been 12 weeks yet. It has for my Duke's gun and backpack. Matter of fact, we're about to go on a year since I contacted them. I had to contact them for the 5th time, and I mass emailed 4 different people there, and it's been 40 days since the label was created. They had them ship out a whole another one. So it is in Sterling Heights, Michigan. So it probably will be delivered to the station where I will pick it up at tomorrow. Whether or not I get over to get it tomorrow is a whole other story. But yeah, I should have the Rumbler before the end of the week. But until it's actually in my hands, I'm not sure I will trust it. But anyway, if you need a Dark Knight Batman, this is probably going to be one of the best ones you're able to get. And I really do think that the faces do look, I think they look really good. But again, you can play with them. So like Jay Astro, this is what I would say. If you wanted to like dabble and see if you like a Mezco, pick up Destro because you can find it for $50 easily. Or Roadblock. Roadblock you see on sale all the time. I've seen him go down, I think, into around 50. And those are the 2 best Joes, I think. They also use the best material. There's more like a spandex between those two. Where Firefly, I have my gripes because it's like a fucking canvas, so it's really hard to bend them. But they're they're pretty nice. Did I say next year? Did I say next year about the Rumbler? I meant next week. I should have it before the end of this week. I should probably have it tomorrow. And Action Fake says, I play with some of the Mezcos in the dirt. They aren't that fragile. Russell Lemieux says, Mezco is pretty all right. I got Punisher, Destro, and Doom. I don't have a Punisher. I kind of want that one. But here you go. I spent a lot of time on Mezco Batman. Here's everything that you get. 5 different heads. Again, all these different faces. Then you can do like your own little you do your own little skits. But I do have to say the Christian Bale head is really good. The other thing that Mezco does is they use like a rubber grommet on the inside of the heads. So if the peg size is different, you can pop them on classified. Actually, the classified now is actually more difficult because they use a smaller pegs. But if you want to put them on Marvel Legends and stuff like that, you can swap the heads. Sometimes they don't work all that good. So, J.I. Jetman says, Punk, I have to jump off. I got a bad stomach ache and I want to go to bed to rest. Hey, don't apologize, J.I. Jetman. I'm glad you were able to jump on no matter what. So great to have you here. Hope you feel better. We've all been there with tummy aches. That's how you know someone has kids, when they refer to a stomach ache as a tummy ache. You know what? Arcane, you're right. And who doesn't like 5 different heads? You know what? You're absolutely correct. So here's all the accessories that he does come with. Again, so they do give you a good amount of stuff, and then you get his little his Nerf gun. So, all right. Woo! Man, oh man, oh man. A lot of talking today. I almost grabbed my mouse to try and drink it. So, we have some Marvel Legends. This is stuff we've already seen, but it did go up for pre-order. Oh, I'm sorry. We weren't supposed to show that one yet. This one. Anyway, I know people kind of on the fence about this, and I know we've already heard I'm just going to wait for Pulse Days. But if you want a different version of Cyclops in Jean Grey, here you go. No, those are only lies that I tell you guys when you're unprofessional. I am anything but professional. But when you guys are not professional, I have to make sure I point out how you guys are unprofessional. That is called hypocrisy at its best. I think they're repaints. I don't think they're re-releases though. But someone can tell me if I'm wrong. I believe that they are repaints of some sort. But anyway, if you don't have them and you want them, and you might even have to pay a little bit more. I don't know how much they are. There you go. And again, I do think the Cyclops looks really good. I like these blast effects. And again, I think they did some really good job to make it so the blast effects can look like it's actually being used. And even recreate some different shots. But if you're interested and this is something that you want, there you go. You're able to get them. If you already have them, if they are re-releases, if you already have them, then you can just save money and not buy them. It is a crazy concept that you don't have to buy everything. But yeah, so Tristan T says they look cool. However, I've got the Scott and Jean I need. You know what? And that's, and again, that's one of those things where you're absolutely correct. If you don't need it, then yeah, don't worry about it. And again, I think that's where that's where some people lose their mind, is that they feel they have to buy everything. I'm a completist because I want to be a completist when it comes to the classified line. So I don't have to have it. Matthew says, what? I was told that I do have to buy everything. Yes, yes. When you go to sleep, the little Marvel creature comes over and he whispers in your ears, you have to buy this. You have to buy this. Shelf Presence says, talking common sense. Wait, what? No way. Well, with Shelf Presence, you have to pick and choose, right? But I do think these look good. And these are something that, yeah, I might pick up if they were on, if they did go on Power Days. How I might even still pick them up. The Scott Summers, I probably would. I mean, I only have one. It's this one here, and it's from a couple years ago. He is pinless and everything. It might even be the same buck. Oh no, it's not, because like this one actually has butterfly joints. But again, it's. I wanted a good Cyclops that has a nice optic effects. I do think that these ones look really good. So okay, so I know Robo talked about this, that the belt is too low, but he said the pictures that he got from San Diego Comic-Con, I think, he said the belt seemed like it was up higher. And he talked about it like this gives a very banana hammock look, where if the belt is up a little bit more, then it just looks like he's wearing bikini briefs. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. And Thanos says, I think it's technically the uncommon sense now. It might be. Anyway, if you are interested, if this is something that you need, there is no banana hammock. It's all banana. I again, I probably would not have noticed had someone not pointed it out. At least doing this, I probably would have noticed right away. But once it's pointed out that the belt is a little too low and that you can't see any more of the yellow trunks, yeah, you notice that this guy's just wearing the banana. Yeah, the belt is a floating piece. And they probably just pushed it down like that so it stops floating so they can do pictures. But yeah, I think it's Jay Astro says they should have given him tripwire's crotch piece to go with that belt. So here's the blast effects. Again, I really like this one blast effect, especially with the Juggernaut coming. But there is another one, I believe, that has the same blast effect that recently came out. And then there's your Jean Grey version. And I think this figure looks good. I don't really care for the I understand the outfit is iconic. I just don't care for it. I don't really care for the dress. And I walked by that Jean Grey at Target, and I don't need it, but when it is $12, I will buy it. And see, this is not me playing clearance chicken, because if I don't get it, then I don't get it. It doesn't bother me. But when it hits $12 or even $13, I'll buy it. I saw it for like $7 or $8 off, and I think you guys all know I think you guys all know what Jean Grey I'm talking about. There's so many of them at Target. There's so fucking many. But yeah. And Joe Fan 84, I got my Rattler today. Congratulations. I hope you have room to display it. It is a really fun piece, man. It really, really is a fun piece. It's big, And if you have the Dragonfly, then you know what a pain to move the Dragonfly is, like around. The Rattler is 10 times harder. it's 10 times more annoying. Tripwire, I saw her for 17 also last week or 2 weeks ago at one Target. But I could see how many were on the shelves, and I said, that is not low enough. That is not low enough. I paid 17 for one of these figures. Might even paid 17 for two of these figures. But then I bought like 3 more. Yeah, I think I got 3 more still in the box for $12. And that is because when Operation Monster Force starts shipping all their stuff and their accessory sets, they're gonna fit on these Xavier figures perfect. So Toy Optics says you get her for 17. Then when she hits $12.50, you buy it and return it for 17. Say, okay, listen, I'm sorry, I don't fucking care. That is too much work for me to save fucking $5. All right. I will say that is too. I will take something back. I will take something back and get, if I'm there or whatever, if it's worth it. But I know when I was shipping stuff out and I go to this place called Meijer, it's basically a Walmart, but they have you can ship out U.S. Postal Service there. When I see people asking for their $3 back because, dude, that ain't worth my fucking time. That shit ain't worth my fucking time. But anyway. All right, so here's the box. Jean Grey, Cyclops. It looks like an X-Men 97 box. That's what it says. And then we have this Mini Comics Wave 2 Legend series. This is the leaked list by Displaying Model Behavior. And I say leaked list because I'm pretty sure someone just said, hey, someone from Hasbro was like, here you go. Here's the fucking list of the next 6 figures for the mini comics that are coming out. No one believes that it wasn't intentional. But yeah. Gun Bunny says there's a shit ton more internal parts on that Rattler than the Dragonfly. I understand now why they cut short a tier. So if you are wondering, I believe, I haven't watched it, but I haven't looked. I believe you've also broken down the Rattler, correct? Have you done the video on that? I know you were doing one. So if you're not following Gun Bunny Customs, please do. He does, again, there's a reason why I've asked him to come on and talk about customizing for the Punkathon. I fucking hate that you guys named it that. Anyway. And then Pop Blender is jumping in here saying, I love Rattlers at 3-star draw. Okay. I don't know why you're adding your cousin, but is that the Joss Wheaton Beast? I mean, I know which one this is. I know people don't like this one because it looks weird. But we need a good Beast. I mean, again, I think that they did one, but not a lot of people have that one. That's why he's worth so fucking much money. And I think, again, these Maximum, I know a lot of people do not like the Maximum figures, but I know a lot of people don't like the Maximum figures, but there's some that I think fit perfect. I think Maximum Thor would be good. I think Maximum Beast would be awesome. I think we know we'll eventually get a Maximum Wolverine. But some of these, again, are in need. And I think a proper Beast is right there. Pop Blender says he misspelled Rattler and I was joking with him. Wow, I'm sorry. He misspelled Rattler and I was joking with him. Lord have mercy. Since it's all in caps, I don't know why you're yelling at me, Pop, but all right. Toy Optics says, plus all you do is you buy the $7.99 figure and walk right back to customer service and return it with the receipt for $17 for $17. Since it's all in the Target app, all one trip takes 2 minutes. Okay. Again. Cool. Anyway, back to this. But anyway, so there you go. There's the Black Daredevil, another Silver Surfer. I mean, I feel like there was a bunch of Silver Surfers. Okay, Toy Opt, I think you're supposed to put this in all caps because then you're yelling at me, just like Pop was. So if you could do that next, make sure you yell at me. But anyway, there you go. That's the next legend wave, whatever. Woo! Wow, look at this. There it is. Like, Larry, I wasn't talking to you. And good explanation points. You made your point. I love it. I do make myself laugh. I don't know if any of you guys laugh at my shit, but some of you guys are glutton for punishment because you're here. All right. And then I don't know if you guys missed it. There was a little bit of G.I. Joe news today. And do you know what that was? Yes. Why are we all shouting? I love Anchorman. I don't know why we're all yelling. I have no idea how loud this is. I was not blowing out anyone's eardrums, but all right. So unless you were living under a rock or you don't have social media, you might have missed that. Oh my gosh. The police are actually coming. So let's just talk about this. Oh my God. You fucking crybabies that really thought that they were not going to release this figure. Now, I'm not here to dispute whether or not I agree or disagree with what they did. Because I think it was stupid for them to remove it from going up for pre-order. The fact of the matter is it was already in the process of being made and or on the boat. It was always going to come out or scheduled for November 1st. Even though they haven't said that, that's when this was supposed to come. So you fucking crybabies that want to sit there and whine and cry about it, for the love of God, stop. You are the worst. And I know I'm probably alienating people that actually watch my shit, but just stop. You guys are like the worst fucking people in the world. You guys should not be allowed to collect toys. But anyway, cops are coming. White cops, black cops, SWAT cops, all kinds of cops. So they're gonna go heavy on the coffee cups. We know that. I don't care. I'm a big fan of role playing. That came out so wrong. Not role playing. World building. I don't know where role playing came from. Toy Optics, Punk, the new marketing idea. A punk with toy branded Kleenex. Hey, if Kleenex wants to give me some Punk Kleenex, I'm all for it, man. I can chill with the best of them. Either way, if you have Law and Order, this is pretty much the exact same setup that he has. Pretty much the exact same setup. The vest is the same. The microphone, I believe, all the way down. We looked at it before. Tony would know because he's the one who breaks everything down and he looks at everything. But anyway, now I don't understand why this guy has his. If he's got his riot gear on, I don't know why he has his stun gun out like that. I feel like that's like, hey, you know what? Fuck you. I have my riot gear on. You're getting shot. That's just me. But yeah, Shark Guy says gut feeling these will be in Australia within the next 2 weeks, possibly. Then Yojo 610 Yojo Daddy says, "Preach punk. I get so tired of the crying and panicking." Yeah, again, like these were made. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter if they were going up for pre-order 2 months ago. We weren't fucking going to get them to November anyway, or roughly around that time. But as you might imagine, the people lost their shit. But again, I like what they did with the police shield, the riot shield. They actually made it marked up and stuff. I feel like they could have used better weapons though, and I really like this. I really like this shotgun. I've talked about this before. I think this is a really good shotgun, but they have regular shotguns in the Joe lineup. They also have M16s. They should have used those, or an M4 or something like that, because that's what you're going to use for the most part. You're not using this automatic shotgun like this. As much as I like it, I'll be changing it out for sure. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, I do think these look really nice, and I'll be getting at least 4 of them because you can mix and match them. But there's so many other heads that you can use on this. Like I don't know if there's a couple of heads that I've never used before. I can't think of his name. The one ninja. I don't know why I can't think of his name. The one green ninja came out a while back. I've never used his head. It doesn't fit on any, or it didn't fit on any of the older figures. But yeah. Shelf President says a stun gun is a lot better than standing with a flare gun. F my ass off. I don't know, man. I don't know many cops carrying a flare gun on their person in a car or a boat. In a car, on a boat, sure. Yeah, I mean, again, they have to reuse stuff. I think I do understand it. Now, quickly, this is great that they're breaking into Kamakura. Thank you. Yes, Kamakura. Okay, so quickly, is this great? Something of Star Wars? Doesn't it look like something from one of the Death Star stuff? It looks like they use something like that. I was just it's been kind of driving me nuts. I was looking at it like that looks like something from Star Wars. So if it is, let me know there. This is the same poncho that comes with the soldier. It actually does work, believe it or not, because I actually did a picture with running water over him a while back. But I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks fine. It's just a poncho, no big deal. If you don't want it, you don't have to use it. It's better than these ghillie suits that we've gotten from Hasbro and other companies. I'll say that. But I love the diversity of different figures that we can make here. So these are gonna be a lot of fun. Ooh, the LL Cool J. Yeah. And then you can get the Doc one and use that Samuel L. Jackson head, right? Was it he in SWAT too? Stephen Cormack. Batman needs that poncho. But again, we knew this was coming. I'm not going to get into whether or not Hasbro should talk about things. They probably should. But again, Hasbro doesn't owe anyone anything. I know people find that hard to believe. They don't owe you an explanation or anyone on the reasons why they decided not to give you your free live stream or tell you, hey, you can pre-order this now, even though you're not going to get it to the same fucking time. So, but I believe this is going to be, if you are one of those people that are going to play clearance chicken with this, I don't believe this is going to be like the Firefighter. I believe this one, and most people, I think most people concur with me on this. I just wanted to use that word. This one is going to fucking sell out really fucking quick. So, again, you'll be able to get them because I think there's going to be a lot made because this is going to be used for everyone that collects any type of 6-inch figure, Marvel Legends, Valaverse, anything that Operation Monster Force, obviously GI Joe. These are gonna be bought up. So I'm getting at least 4 of them. That's the plan. You know, Matthew, who said he has to cut down on stuff, is getting 6. So, but they do look cool. And again, there's a lot of different Joe heads that we don't use. You know, if you don't have, like, if you're not using the extra snow job head, you can use this on that. So, but again, I'll be excited. There you go. And they need a flare gun because they're in the midst of a world domination. I don't know. This one, I feel like he's trying to fist bump him, and he's like, "No, here's your magazine." And if I go back to the original picture here, I was trying to figure out why it looks like he's proposing to this other cop. Maybe this is the Blue Oyster Bar that they're in front of, but it looks like looks like he's proposing. He's down on one knee. All right. So here's everything that you're gonna get. You get the handcuffs. They've used that now a few times. The coffee cup. The nightstick. You know, they're reusing a lot of stuff. And again, that's the name of the game. We understand. So this was another thing that I heard somebody say, is that they pulled this figure off so they could swap the heads so it has the black head on it rather than because of all the stuff that's going on. Dude. If you think that Hasbro pulled back all these figures and said, "Oh, we have to swap out the head so people aren't mad that there's a white head on the cop," you're a fucking idiot. I mean, I've already established that you probably are, but dude, this is how they put them on there. It just, I hate people. All right. And here's the back of the box. He's drinking his coffee. Now, they really should have given him a donut. I mean, I know it's not politically correct, but they should have given him donuts. Could you ever talk to a cop and you're like, "Oh yeah, you guys eat donuts," and they're like, "Dude, they give us free donuts. Donuts are good." Yes, 3-star. Jeremy would be pissed at that packaging. Jeremy is not happy. Wherever Jeremy is right now, he's not happy. Yeah, and Jake, and yeah, these cops again, like if you collect any 6-inch line, like other than Star Wars, right? Star Wars doesn't count. Like you need this, right? Joe Van, I eat donuts. I do too. I'm actually kind of pissed. I forgot to buy my powdered donuts when I went shopping this week. So damn good. But anyway, there we go. Jeremy Kimberlin says the blackhead was the June 8th render Tony posted before the canceled stream. Has a blackhead, so the narrative is. I know. But someone had made a comment that they wanted to change it so the cop had a black head on it rather than having the white head because of everything. Like, dude, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. All right. Whew. All right. I'm going to take a quick break because I need to. And then we're going to get into Skibidi. I have no idea what the fuck these Skibidis are. So I'm going to let you guys tell me what the Skibidi is. I've really done very little research. I got some pictures. I see what Skibidis are. I fucking hate seeing Skibidis. They really annoy the fuck out of me. But anyway, we're going to get into what a Skibidi is in 1 second.
Idiots! Incompetent buffoons! What is it now, Commander? Consummate morons, incapable of coherent thought! Are you watching that show again? Yes. Why didn't you just watch Pop Blender and Matthew's discussions, news, reviews before the show came out? Whether you agree or disagree, the perspectives provide enough context to know if the show or movie is worth your time or not. Yes, I know. I will not miss another Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on Pop Blender's channel. Be more than once a man by watching Pop Blender and Matthew talk about pop culture news discussions and reviews on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And now you know. Televiper, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe so we do not miss another episode, and hit that bell notification.
Fired? Have you recently lost your job with a major toy manufacturer? Tariffs got you down? You may be entitled to sharing your story on a major media streaming outlet. We want you to dish the dirt. Call Circle of Jerks at 900-555-0979. We will exploit you for our personal gain. That number again is 900-555-0979. Circle of Jerks. Every client gets a cookie.
All right. So, many of us still go to the store looking for toys. I like the hunt. I'm not going to lie. I like the hunt. There's something special about finding something in the store, even though it happens less and less and less and less every day. And whether you go to Target or Walmart, I feel like anytime that you go, you walk by these figures, and I wasn't even paying attention, but then they have these black and red, displays for them, and you can't miss them. What the fuck is a Skibidi? I see these figures, and again, it's these things here, and I don't know what they are. And I didn't even realize that they were like this thing and this creepy fucking head in a toilet. So, and I actually remember seeing this at Walmart maybe last year. It was a while ago. I thought like, oh, I like these toilets here. I mean, I didn't really think too much of it. It didn't dawn on me that it had like spread, like a fucking rash that you want to get rid of. It's fucking all over the fucking place. So what the fuck is a Skibidi? It's called Skibidi toilets. I mean, this is the shit that we sell to our kids. I mean, or that people are selling to our kids. And again, it's. I don't blame the companies, because if they can make money, then God bless them. But who buys these things? And what I mean by that is like, who here buys these and actually knows what they are? So Toy Optics says it's some bullshit YouTube thing. But what is it? Joe Fan says it's a YouTube thing. Now Skidmark says, "What on earth? I feel like I'm old royalties on these things." You probably are. Okay, so elementary school aged kid. All right, so why are elementary school kids like having a head pop out of the fucking toilet and shit? And then it's like, again, and it's the creepiest thing in the world too. Like that, it's creepy. Okay, so Toy Optic says, I don't know exactly, but my kids say it's dumb. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna bring in a kid. Maybe she can tell me what one of these stupid things are. She's up in that like that what's hip and everything. But I don't understand what these things are. They're very annoying. And so let me ask you this: do you know what a skibidi is?
It's weird.
I know it's weird, but do you know what a skibidi toilet is?
Yeah.
What is it? Come over here and explain to everyone what this is, because we need someone. Someone lost their childhood imagination. Okay, so come over here and tell people what a stupid.
It's like, okay, first of all, it's supposed to be a little animation thing, Skibidi Toilet, but it's also like, I think Skibidi means like bad.
Okay, she's just making shit up at this
No,
point.
no. Because if you
She's a smart one too.
If you look at Skibidi Toilet, like the whole, like the toilet is supposed to be like, it's a whole thing for some reason, and it's literally just a video of him going Skibidi Toilet.
Well, then what are these things?
I have no clue what those are.
These are skibidis. These are skibidi toilet figures.
I got no clue.
So that's from a 16-year-old, and she, believe me, she's smarter than anyone that we've had in the past fucking 20 years. I'll give you that.
But I think Skibidi is supposed to be like bad, like, oh, this was Skibidi.
What?
I think Skibidi is supposed to be mean bad, like, oh, that's so Skibidi. Use English.
So she's saying she thinks it's supposed to be something bad. Hi, it's me. Says Larry, stop bothering your lawyer about this. What?
Mom made me do like, what does this mean? Like, freaking words from the 1900s.
Okay, but it's not skibidi.
No, and then she did words from the 1900s and then words from Gen Alpha.
Look, hi Olivia, I'm Skidmark. Nice to meet you.
It was there. Who is Skidmark?
Tristan T says they belong in the toilet. See, I think we're all in agreement. Like, and I don't understand what these figures are. And this isn't just like bitter old man who's like, why can't I find G.I. Joes, but I can find these skibidis? There's 4 of these figures, and I really don't know what the hell this is. Toy Optic says, Olivia, your dad is laughing at his own. She knows. Spec. Oh, she knows. Oh, I've Googled it. Believe me, I've Googled it. All right. You act like I wouldn't take my own advice. It still doesn't help me anything. It still doesn't help me at all because I still don't understand what a stupid skibidi is. So here we are, skibidis. And there's all kinds of stupid stuff. And we can't miss it when we go to the store because it's like everywhere except in the toilet aisle where it probably should be. Toilet or toilet? I think we know. Wait a minute. Wait. Is this my moderator's toys? Is this related to Hexastack and I didn't know it? Okay. I was going to buy one of these figures and do a review and say, what the fuck is a skibidi? And then I said, I don't have a topic for Monday. We'll just talk about it there. Okay. J Astro says from Wikipedia, produced using Source Filmmaker, the series follows a war between toilets with human heads coming out of their bowls and humanoid characters with electronic devices for heads. Yeah, but why? But why? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So it's a war between a war between toilets with human heads coming. Dude, like, so again, I think we all continue to walk by these, and we're always like, "What the hell is this?" Like Etsy, like an Etsy store with Skibidi here. And they're still cheaper than fucking Super 7. Yes, AI has failed us. Okay, so Thanos says, Larry, you assume there is an answer to why. Again, and that's what I'm trying to figure. Is there like an answer? Like, okay, so it's Skibidi Toilet. God, look at this. Look at, like, it literally creeps me out. It looks like some computer graphics from like the early 2000s. Toy Optic says, Punk, look at the silly cartoons we watched as kids. No. You tell me any commercial where we had toilets and urinals with faces in it. Oscar the Grouch coming out of a garbage can, that's like the closest thing to it. All right, and that's not absolutely disgusting. Why? Because drugs. A skid mark says, why? Because things in toilets are apparently funny, but I'm not buying it. Again, it's just one of those things where, hey. All right. The Garbage Pail Kids were a direct rip-off of Cabbage Patch Kids. So there is your why. Okay, see? So there's your why. Where does this come from? I mean, I don't remember many toilets being sold to kids. All right, maybe not even like, like my first potty, right? I think that was a thing. Where you teach your kid how to shit in the toilet rather than his diaper. All right, so again, going back, this generation's Garbage Pail Kids. Again, my thing is Garbage Pail Kids were a direct rip off of Cabbage Patch Kids. What is this? Like, where is the why? That's all that I'm wondering. Like, and why does, again, it's toilet humor. All right, don't get it. 2 girls, 1 cup. That would, that probably would have solved this. Oh, hey, you want to do this? Watch 2 girls, 1 cup. Then it would have been over. Into mystery, yeah. Pee Wee Herman had that toilet toy. You are absolutely correct. Toy Optic says, this is all a conspiracy by Plumbers Union to get kids started early shopping at Home Depot. This is a ripoff of shitty YouTube. Again, but so even with this, my question is, where does this come into it? So the plungers, okay, but here we have a TV on the head, and cameras. Talk about fucking straight up fucking paints right there. And then one has like, is it a boom box? Again, these are just shit. I feel like we've all been walking by it, screaming, "What is this? What is this?" And none of us know. And yes, I could take my own advice and Google it, but then I couldn't do a topic. And that's the point of this.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Culo QA. Culo QA. I'm trying to do, I'm assuming that's something to do with Canada A. 9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Got my son one of these. Has the articulation of a Marvel Legends suited character. The plungers accessories are not too bad. All right. And I almost bought one to do a review on. And then I thought, I'll just do a live stream and have a topic, right? And I'm not even questioning how good they are, but thank you for answering that, because that is what I was wondering is, hey, can these be used as does this make a good buck for just like a regular suited character? Because Walmart has them for $25, but Target has them for $20. But it's still, the question still becomes, what is what is the point? Like, what's, I don't get the purpose here. Q, what in Spanish, you silly bloody half Mexican? I'm only 25%. Hold on one second. We'll call Spanish 4 in here. Now, I do not speak Spanish, but I will have Spanish 4 come in here and she can read it, and I'll see what she says. What does this say? Someone's telling me it's in Spanish. Just the name.
Wait, I don't. What?
That's Spanish 4 for you.
It's AP Spanish.
Oh, it's AP Spanish. Sorry.
It's what?
She don't know.
Wait, no, I'm getting it.
Oh.
K is what? Low is like.
What the what? What the what,
That's what I was thinking.
See, like. Well.
Why would they put me on blast like that?
Because someone told me it was Spanish. I wouldn't have known that. And then I figured I wanted to see if your Spanish that you've been taking for how long? A long time. She's not going to be representing anyone that speaks Spanish only. 78. You're going to get GG78. I've heard of the toilet guy is a bad guy, and those other figures are the heroes fighting him. It's based on a web series geared towards Gen Alpha. Wait, is Gen Alpha like the latest? Like, what are you?
Z.
You're Gen Z.
It's like freshmen now. Freshmen or 8th graders. Or Gen Alpha.
I just know Gen X are the best.
I don't know. It's gonna be, I think, Gen Beta next, and then Gen Omega.
Listen. Everyone speaks English, so there's no need to know other languages. Just saying. But she has got she's an AP Spanish.
Okay, like I was gathering it together. Okay, low, like.
Okay, we're over it.
Low,
They're just making still comments.
Exactly, so they're not over it.
I'm over it.
I actually fell asleep for 2 hours when I was supposed to do my homework.
Well, you're exhausted from golf and everything. So, anyway, why don't you come over here and give everyone a fucking Phil Collins live and a welcome to the creamery.
I need like Phil Collins playing.
I can't because I'll get
Something.
demonetized. I don't sing shit.
Usually, there's my realization. Fucking Phil Collins.
There's this aggressive.
Fucking Phil Collins.
That was super aggressive.
No, that wasn't aggressive. No.
Did you see the reel that I sent you?
I just told you I was asleep.
I sent it to you like 2 days ago. Go look at Instagram. Why do you send your kids shit on Instagram if they don't look at it?
Welcome to the creamery. Okay, bye.
Here it is. Can you feel the love tonight? Did you hear that? Did you hear her singing it? She knows that one because it's from The Lion King. She has no idea what Phil Collins looks like or anything. Anyway, yeah, I know. Yes, I know. So anyway, that's it. Again, I just there's not much news to talk about, and I thought it really came from Tony, who actually said, "What the fuck is a skibidi?" a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I fully didn't pay attention to the name. I knew what he was talking about when I noticed. So I was like, "Oh, this is what he's talking about." So truly, this this topic was Tony's Tony's idea. He doesn't know it though. Todd C says Phil Collins needs to come back for Toy Story 5. No, Tony, and that's exactly you said it. I don't know if it was on Circle of Jerks or something, but you're like, what the fuck are these skibidis? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's just because I hadn't paid attention to what they were. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this is what he's talking about. But anyway, Spec says that's because Tony asked a hooker to skibidi on his chest and she thought he was having a stroke, but not the good guy. Yes, Ronnie says thanks for nothing. Triple D, absolutely right. You get what you pay for. Look at he doesn't even have that. He's not even green. He's not even a channel member. So he doesn't even get to complain about that. This is the perfect way to segue here. Alex Martinez, how's that TVC gunship going? You know what? Let's get rid of the skibidi shit because I'm done with it. And let's see what's happening with the Haslab. Add the stage. Let's see here. Let's get rid of. Thank you, Alex Martinez. So let's see here. Let's refresh it. And we hit the first tier. Whew. Still under 9,500. So do you think that people will start canceling if they don't even hit the first tier? I mean, 18 minutes left. Is there going to be a big rush for this? Oh, look at over 95 now. So my cousin actually was talking about this at work with me, and he was like, because I really didn't pay too much attention, but he was like, they're giving these Jedi that got wasted by Palpatine like right away, like right, 2 of them get wasted by Palpatine like right away, and it's like, okay, so like maybe they've never been done, or maybe some of them have been done once or twice, but yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I think at this point, I don't think people really wanted these. I mean, you have to give something that people want. Isn't that like the whole purpose? And I don't know. But remember, this is going to be I know people say this won't, it's not going to sell, but you know this thing's gonna go high on I almost said the black market, on the secondary market. Yeah, and again, I'll go back to what I've been saying, Spec, is that I think showing people how much bigger this um, was the mistake. Yeah, they're probably just there for the ship. So again, like it's one of those things where you're already getting these two figures, and they're the same figure, but you didn't. The whole point of these Haslabs is you're supposed to give stuff that goes with it, right? Um, and you can go back to even the Sky Striker when they were giving you ketchup and mustard. That was the final tier. Now, again, that really works for people that have a USS flag. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but in 1985 for Christmas, I got 8 shipwrecks and a USS flag for Christmas, and I still have my childhood flag. That worked because I needed it. But then they give you, like, when they tried to do in the bonus because they wanted to boost it, they give you the Cobra figures. You know, one is Cobra Commander, and one is the Cobra air guy, traffic controller. But you never, if you don't have a Rattler or a Night Raven, then why do I want this figure? Now I have one, so I was happy to get it, but it's like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I do. And I have a wonderful story about it. Maybe I'll tell it sometime. Maybe I'll do USS Flag Hour for the 36-hour Toys for Tot stream. Maybe I will I'll recreate what happened that magical Christmas morning. Since I don't think anyone's heard the story before. Snow Wolf coming next year. Skibidi Star Wars. Didn't it pass this? Don't put it past Disney. I think is what he's trying to say. Hayasmi says that's like 65 less shipwrecks than you have, Punk. I actually don't have that many. I think I only have 8 left. I'm starting to acquire sailors, though. I will say this. Ooh, 3-star. Yes, this year is the 40th anniversary of the flag. Which, you know what it means? It means that people will start making that meme, which I don't really like, because they're like, this is now the 40th year in a row that I didn't get the USS flag. I really hate that meme. It's offensive to people like myself who got a flag, and we cherish our flags, and we still have our childhood flags. So I find that really rude to guys like myself. And when people do post those, that meme, and again, this year it will be this is the 40th year that I haven't got the USS flag. Well, this will be the 39th year in a row that I didn't get a USS flag, because I only got it that one time. Derek Hoover jumping in, who will be my guest on Thursday with a friend. And Derek, I promise you, I'm going to get a thumbnail made by tomorrow and get it up. I'm just so out of it. Just got home from podcasting. Just wanted to pop in and say, hey, let's mark what the fuck is a Skibidi toilet down to discuss Thursday's buddy. Hey, if you know what it is, I will let you tell the world what the fucking Skibidi toilet is. Frank Demunia jumping in here. Anyway, let's see here. So anyway, we have 12 minutes before this thing closes out. Do you guys think that we'll hit 10,000? I won't hit it. Did I say that? I don't remember what I said. I know I said something that the moment I said it, I went, damn it, I should not have said that. So Toy Optics is saying, nope, it's not going to hit. I mean, it is a lofty goal to hit over 400 in less than 12 minutes. But here's the question. Are the international numbers being added? Tristan T says, I saw the USS Flag for the first time recently, and it was awesome. So I want to mention this. So this is one of those things where I'm saying you say that. I'm glad that you said this. When people would say they want a classified one, or even they wanted another O-ring one, and I'd ask the question, I'm like, have you ever seen a flag in person? And people would like, yeah, I have. And they like be really rude about it. Because I really think if you've never seen one in person, I mean, yeah, you've seen the pictures of it, whatever. But if you see one in person, you don't understand the actual size of it. And again, it's not just the length, it's the height and it's the width. And when people want these larger, these larger objects, larger toys, that's why I'm like, dude, like, do you not realize how big these things are? I believe I actually said to Lenny in a conversation we recently had, I was like, yeah, I mean, I got the Rattler. I'm good with nothing bigger than this. You're right. It's never just the length. You want the girth. It's been a while.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Now, I hate when it's tends to miss the beginning there. But no, it's definitely, again, like, we've talked about the Haslab and has it run its course. And I think a lot of what it is not even that people don't want certain things. It's that there's so many big, large vehicles, and not just from Hasbro. It's other companies that are doing them too. They're just taking up so much space. And okay, so my brother and I had to share a bed to have the flag in one of our bedrooms. So this is what I have to say. This guy's name is 6'10" Yojo Daddy, and people met him, and they said he really is 6'10". I just want you to think about this. If he really is 6'10", that means that the flag is 8 inches taller than he is. The thing is fucking massive. And again, I know, like, Shark, seriously, tell me this. When you finally got the flag, because you won it, and I don't think you'd ever seen it before in person. Did you realize the actual size of it? I mean, you shipped this thing over from the US because you won it for like $20, and then you had to pay like $1,000 to get it. You just won this. Here's the taxes you have to pay. That's like those people that win the cars. But in all honesty, when you finally got it and you got the thing set up, did you look at it and just went, "This is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be"? And 19J's jumping in here saying "Jiggity." Okay, he says I'd see one in person when I was a kid. Okay, well, as a kid, everything is bigger. Well, not everything. I'm sorry. All right, I really wasn't trying to get into that. That's why I laugh. Like those people that win cars. Have you ever won a car in a game show? If you don't know, Shark Eyes has been on a bunch of game shows in Australia. Shark Eyes has been on like a bunch of game shows. But like when people win the cars, and you're like the more expensive the car, the more you have to pay taxes. That's why so many people will sell those cars before they even get them. Now imagine like here you are, you win like a $50,000, Dodge Charger, and you're like, oh hey, look, the taxes are like $10,000. Yeah, I can't afford that. or you're using all your funds that you won from the show, and you get taxed on those too. Let's not forget those. Yeah. So Shark Guy says, "Oh yeah, it's huge. Fortunately, the room I house mine in is large enough for it to be in an island in the middle of it." Yeah, but again, and yes, I know everyone knows that I have a flag, but I think a lot of people have never really seen one in person, or they stood far away from it, and it's just one of those crazy things that it's just like when people say they want one, I'm like, dude, you've never really like sat there and had one or placed it in a room and tried to walk around it and realize like it takes up so much fucking space. Yeah, Shark Guy has been 7 or 8 game shows now. Kel Shave, I'm not reading that. I do feel like you might want to see a counselor about this. You might want to go see a counselor about this. A Viper Scout says, my dad won a car on Sabato Gigante, a Spanish variety show. Thank you, Giant Saturday. Thank you. I was gonna call my daughter in, but as we realize, she's learned nothing from like 4 years of Spanish. Ronnie says, "Where's Baldy? He knows bugger all about a good game show." I'm gonna say it again, man. I'm interested to see what you guys have planned for this year's Punkathon. So 9,696. It's not looking so good. I wonder if this will make. If this again, I wouldn't consider this successful. I mean, it hit its one goal, but let's be honest. Their goal is to hit every single one of them, hit all the tiers, and I wonder if this will make them start rethinking like what they're going to do with Star Wars. Seriously, Shuttle Tidarium. I really want to see like an actual to scale Shuttle Tidarium. That's what I'm really saying I want. So the first G is pronounced in an H in Hagante. Okay. But I thought the J was a soft J. Listen, I fucking speak English, and I don't even speak it that well. All right? So you don't think I'm going to learn another fucking language. But anyway, that's what I just said. Higante. I said something like that. I don't know. Black Cow Shape says Black Series Shuttle to scale. That will not sell because they couldn't sell those. They couldn't sell the fucking snow speed. I still can't believe like you can't sell the snow speeder. Like I love that. Absolutely love that. Speak American. Yes, speak American. I do know that it is English. And where's Tony at? Where's Tony at to yell at someone? Viper Scout says let Lawrence focus on one language. He struggles as it is. Very true. I don't really struggle with the English language. I struggle when I have to read it. All right. So Jeremy, that's not Jeremy. Shadows of the Empire Outrider should have been the Haslab with Dash Rendar. So I think that would be awesome because I thought that was an awesome book. But I still feel like people I still feel like that would have a hard time funding because it's still not as popular. That's a book that should have been made into a movie. That filled in such a gap between Empire and Jedi. It was so well done that I'm with you, but I have a feeling even that would struggle. And we're seeing that it tends to struggle. Ooh, look at this. All right, oops. Wait a minute. Whoa, man. What the fuck? It's 11:59. Oh. Wait a minute. Can you imagine trying to fund this at 11:59 and you're getting this? Don't let the Haslab fly by. I want to back the project. It's 11:59. I can see 11:59 down here. Man. Even at the top, they've removed the Haslab. They had 1 million orders. Can you imagine trying? Do you think Patrick, the guy who used to be on the Star Wars team, is like, good, you guys are getting everything you fucking deserve? They're busy cooking the books. Well, they did make it. I mean, it did get funded. Yes, no, shark guys. Hasbro truly hates money. Oh, here it is. Can we still back it? I think it's ended, right? So 9,776 as of now. It crashes in the last couple minutes. Oh, Hasbro, your fucking web, like, I know you're hurting. All right, I know the economy is not the greatest. You have to raise prices, but you still are a $1 billion company. You can hire some better IT support. And this isn't just about this or even recently. How many issues have they had with the website and the app because they actually run differently? Remember that they had to change, I think it was the Dragonfly Haslab, because the the app and the actual web page were set to two different times to end. Like, God, it's just, man. Well, did anyone order this? Or QR codes? Like they can't even afford to just scan in the G.I. Joe file cards and be like, here you go. Here you go. QR code. Here's a quick little thing about the character that you just bought. I mean, they do know they own the rights to all those file cards, right? But yeah, that's it. And I wonder if these numbers, again, we know the numbers are going to change a little bit. If I could see this thing. I don't know if they haven't added any of the overseas. It might jump over 10,000, but more than likely it'll go down a little bit. So, Captain, I've heard a few people say that you can only use that they can only use PayPal. And now I only use my PayPal, whether it be my credit card or my PayPal credit for my toys and stuff. But I can put in my credit card. I haven't had a problem. So I don't know if it has something to do with the app compared to the Apple or an Android app or the website. Like, they have, again, you still do make enough money that you can afford a good IT, IT department. At least you should be able to. That's my guess. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. We got to see this. I think we kind of figured out what a skibidi is. Maybe we can talk about it more tomorrow on Circle of Jerks. Because as you know, tomorrow 6:30 p.m. Myself, Baldy, Spec will be late, and normally Terry and Tony will be there, but we had to lay off Terry and Tony for at least a couple weeks. Budget just wasn't there. And I know we're coming close to the holiday season, but sometimes you just have to kind of lay people off. Spec keeps being late. We're going to lay his ass off too. Now, see, I don't, this is Jamie, I don't have huge issues with the Hasbro Pulse app. I haven't had many issues to begin with. But I have seen it happen. So I'm not one of those people that says like, well, it hasn't happened to me. It doesn't happen at all. There's definitely some glitches, but I've actually been pretty damn lucky not having an issue with it. It would be nice, and this is more of a PayPal thing, if I could just have the PayPal already in there. I don't have to re-put in my email address every single time. It'd make it a lot easier. So, but I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Let's get rid of this stupid thing right here. So we kind of found out what a skibidi is. We got to watch the Haslab crash in the last minutes. I kind of got to talk about the Punkathon, which once again, I still hate it. Yes, punk is privilege time. I am very privileged. My privileged little life that I had, having everything, was that the words that that guy used about me having all my stuff? So, as a kid. So, but anyway, check me out tomorrow with Toy Optics. This guy right here, Tony's Figs, who is normally on, but he's not going to be on today. Terry and Baldy at 6:30 p.m. We go to a little after 8. I'm not sure if Ed and Travis, Mr. Wonderful, will be on. I think they've been doing more Wednesday shows. But then at 10 p.m., I do know that this guy, Matthew Matson, and his co-host, Pop Blender, will be over on the Pop Blender channel. And they will be talking more pop culture stuff. So please check them out if you haven't yet. Hit the subscribe button to them. Ronnie Rentrick says, you are so little, but maybe not as privileged. Those are all true facts. You know what? But you know who I'm not littler than? Seth Green. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you guys all tomorrow because I know you guys all tune in to watch the Circle of Jerks. Take care.